Okay, testing. Oh my god, everything is messed up. Hey guys, so let me just very quickly go through the chat here. Hey Natsu. Hey Sergey. Hey King of Nerds. Hey Miguel. Miguel, how you doing? Sergey and Natsu. All right, cool guys. That is different. Huh. Oh, I wonder what's causing that. Anyway, guys, I had to reinstall everything. That's why everything's looking kind of wonky. Give me a few seconds here, and oh, there's more of you. Give me a few seconds here just to recalibrate the chat box because technology, man. This is what happens when you're using the computer for things that it shouldn't be doing, and then you come back to use it normally. Let's see. There's only one chat box. I'm not really sure. Well, that's interesting. Where is that chat box coming from? Weird. Which one are you? What chat box is that? Anyway, guys. Oh, hey, Vant. Oh, that's messed up. Yeah, yeah, it totally is. We're almost there though. I'm finding it. It's somewhere? No, okay, that's the webcam. Huh, there's a top donation button too. There's a lot of weird things going on here. Ugh. It's weird. Oh, there it is. Okay, I think I found it. I think I found it. I think this is the one. So it's got Sergey's thingamabob here. So let's remove that. Yeah, let's remove that. And then let's see if we can get that first one back up. Man, this is the worst. Okay, so we're moving slowly but surely. Anyway, guys, how you guys doing? Oh, hey, Animamus. Yeah, man, Animamus. I watched it. So we can see that we have the words there. That probably means that the font can go a little bit higher. That's probably what that means. Let's put it up there. Let's see if that... Okay. Oh, hey, Prower. Yo, Animamus, what did you think about episode 4? I made my video for episode 4, but I still have copyright things going on the other channel, so it's just taking a little bit. I'm just waiting to get the villainous video through, and then I'll put up the Digimon video. The only problem is, so you understand what's going on here, Animamus, is I have 2 copyright strikes on the other channel, so I'm just waiting because they're really eager to kind of shut down that channel. So I'm just waiting to see if it will be saved, if it'll be thrown down in time for me to upload other things. I'm gonna kind of risk it and just maybe upload like today or tomorrow. Hey, Joshua Bell. Okay, Joshua, actually, before you say anything else, Joshua, I lost the title of the series you wanted me to read. So I would love if you could tell me the series name again, and I'm going to write it down right next to me. But please, Joshua, if you can, just tell me again, because I lost the name. Today was more Pokemon DLC. Oh, yeah. No, we're coming back to Devil Survivor, because Devil Survivor was for Tuesdays officially. So we're going to come back here to do Devil Survivor. And then tomorrow I have to go for a dinner, and then I will be back on Thursday. So no stream tomorrow for Wednesday, but I will be back on Thursday, just again because of the dinner. And then on the week of the 15th, the villainous turns the hourglass. There we go. Thank you, Joshua. But yeah, on the 15th, you guys, I might not be here for like that whole week because I will be moving that week. Prower, I already talked to you about this. But I will be moving because Corona is just like, you know, it's a little bit too much. The rent's a little bit too much for where I am right now. Turns hourglass. So because of that, I'll be moving on that week, and then maybe you guys will see a different background after that. Hopefully everything will go well. The first move fell through, so hopefully this move will actually work. I'm fingers crossed. And yeah, hopefully it'll be okay, and hopefully we'll be there. And then once I'm settled in Prower, we can figure out Shadow. It's just I can't do it right now because I'm in the middle of every day I'm dealing with the move problem. So that's just the thing. But that's like the update, and I figure I can just tell you guys now because like that's 15 days away. You guys are gonna see the change in background, so it's not gonna be like I can hide it. Oh, but if I get a green screen, I could hide it. Now, just to remind myself how this game works, I'm just very quickly going to go into a battle as we chat about stuff. I have things I could chat about with you guys today for sure, though. Like, this time around... How much money do I have? Not a lot. So this time around, I went and I reread God of High School, just like the beginning portion again. And I know, like, Skell was asking me and stuff. Oh, hey, Nicholas! Hey, man! It's been a long time! Joshua, I'll answer that question in a second, but let me just finish this thought on, let me finish the thought on God of High School. Yo, take a picture of this room, wait, as it is, and get a green screen to have the same background even in your new place. Huh. Yeah, I think we could do that. I think I can figure that out. Oh my god, Skell, yeah, let's do that. That way you guys will never know. Oh, that's a great idea, Skell, man. That's a great idea. But yeah, so Skell, I know that you were like asking about God of High School. I was reading it, and honestly, you know, it's definitely Korean. And when I say Korean, like what I mean is like it definitely has like the style that the webtoons of that like of when it started have. And you know, I think this might be just my age showing, but I don't like the Korean webtoons as much. I mean, like I like them in terms of the novelty that they provide. Like they are very novel in what they are. Wait, is the video disjointed? I just saw that. Let me see. Oh, Skell, which part is what's trailing? Is my mouth trailing compared to the audio, or is it the game trailing? Testing? Oh, everything's going pretty badly in all sides though. Music is a little bit too loud. Okay, how about now? Gotta figure it out. Gotta get the new setup sorted here. Better. Thank ya. Anyway, yeah, I wonder how far the anime will go. Yeah, just for like the first little bit of God of High School, you know, you can really tell it's a webcomic kind of thing. Like it has more webcomic conventions. But yeah, you know, it wasn't the kind of thing. The audio is slower. That might be just because my computer isn't handling the that might be a latency issue. Let me see. Because I'm hearing my audio go down as well, and I'm not too sure why that is occurring. Let me... Yeah, it's definitely slowing down here. Okay, so hopefully that will work better. I got it working. I got it like going faster now, but I'm not too sure. I think my computer is just having a tough time ever since last week. Any hoosers. Yeah, for God of High School, it was fun, but it wasn't the kind of series that. And you can read the webtoon on TappyToon. Thank you, Joshua. It wasn't the kind of series that makes me go like. It doesn't make me think, oh my god, I need to like read the next chapter. It was kind of series like I had time on a car ride and I just like popped it open and I could read it for a bit. It was easy to follow. The choreography was probably one of the most interesting things, the way that they depict choreography for battles. So that's definitely it's the coolest thing about it. But even like at a certain point, like the choreography at some point is just people moving in a particular way. So I wasn't really all that invested. Whenever there was like a heavy choreography scene, I'd just kind of skip it, or just, you know, kind of skim read past it, because it's like it's just a guy like going in to throw the punch, and like the next punch doesn't happen until like you scroll past the page. So that's definitely a problem with the webtoon format, because if you like translate that to a manga, because a manga has so much more compact space, a good example would be some of the Naruto fights. You'll get the swing of the punch and then the contact of the punch within the same glance that you have on the page. Whereas for a webtoon, it just takes up so much space and it's just not that fun to read. Because to get to the end of the fist hitting the face, you have to scroll like God know how long. Whereas on a manga page, you just do a very quick succession. So while the fights were cool in concept, it was a pain to kind of keep up with them on the webtoon. Again though, like I am trained to read comics and manga, so that's a bias thing. I wouldn't really put that against the webtoon. But it's one of those things that would look better in anime if they did it right. So I'm hoping that's kind of what's going to happen there. I'll answer that. Skelly brought up the tails. Yes. So that was my opinion on the fights. It's just, and like, again, you can afford to skim the action because there's nothing important happening between the panels of the action. There's no kind, like the amount of time that a character goes and thinks about what's about to come to their face. It's not there like it is in battle shonens. So you can afford to just kind of ignore it. So skimming, you're rewarded for skimming. You're not going to be penalized if you skim. In terms of the story itself, the story is like the more interesting part. There's things going on. I do think that the Korean webtoons have this habit of introducing a lot of characters all at once. And one problem that comes from that is that, and the Korean webtoons, and I'm counting Tower of God in this, they introduce so many characters at once, but not a lot of those characters are memorable. Or they're introducing a lot of jargon at once, which again, like, you know, it's a pretty novel thing. But it's just, it's a lot all at once. Like, there's a lot of characters introduced, but really the majority, you don't have to really care about the majority of the characters. And one thing I will say is that they have simplistic designs for a good portion of them, but that's probably also just because at some point you need to keep every design feasible to actually draw on a week-to-week basis. So you don't want to have complex designs, but it's unfortunate because a good amount of the designs in Tower of God, for instance, you know, like a lot of them just aren't all that unique looking. Yeah, for the main characters there is a uniqueness to the design, but when you have to produce so many characters all at once, a few of them you can tell like really fall apart. But again, I think that's just a style that the webtoons in particular have. It's not really that big of a deal, but it's just like a little thing. So I'm just going to very quickly go through your guys' comments here. So Skelly said, not Dragon Ball or Tails get level troll level of motion. No, it's like, it's fun to look at, but not at that level. Solo leveling is also on Tappy2 now. Oh yeah, but I read solo leveling on I got other places to read solo leveling, so that's not too bad. Oh no, I should have taken out that one. I thought I had more turns. Oh well. Yo, Josh, give me a second. I'll just answer that thing about the Civil War. I haven't got into reading solo leveling, but I can see it being the next to webtoon getting animated. Character flood, a lot of spares and red shirts. Yeah, pretty much, Nicholas. It's just that sometimes, like, some of them end up surviving and then they become relevant, and it's like, oh well, they're just kind of boring to look at, honestly. If there's one thing that Shonen Jump got right, it was giving people unique designs. That's definitely something that Shonen Jump figured out how to do properly. We'll do Electric Dance. You gotta appreciate the refined Shonen Jump formula, right? If it wasn't for that formula, we would be like the formula is the reason why we're so spoiled with certain designs. I mean, it's just funny, like, you compare it to like something like Bleach, which had an overload of characters, and you look at the Bleach characters and it's like a lot of them are very distinctive, even if they're plain looking like Himori. Like, you remember who they are, and you know, partly Bleach had the advantage of the swords themselves having such a unique design that you could remember people by their swords. But it just goes to show, in terms of design methodology, whatever it is that the Shonen Jump editors direct, it definitely pays off. At that point, I would also say you know, something like One Piece, because Oda introduces vast amounts of minor characters all in one go in One Piece. When you look at One Piece gets away with it a lot because One Piece has non-standard body shapes. So One Piece has long legs, long elbows, I don't know, like unreasonable sizes for people, and then they have the extreme mannerisms. Like, people have a lot of different ways to latch onto a character or remember a character. Like, you go back to the Dressrosa, which was pretty much the brigade of non-important characters, and when you see the way that those characters were introduced, a lot of them had significant gimmicks, so that you don't have to remember the character's name. You only need to remember the gimmick. Like, if you said the character that is based off Christopher Columbus, chances are people could remember who that particular character was. Can I do the same for Tower of God? Not really, for outside of the minor characters. Joshua, so in regards to that question you had earlier, what do you think about Civil War in US? I'm honestly just waiting for the escalation, Joshua. Like, that's kind of what it's looking like. It's going to be whether or not it escalates. And people say that, oh no, protests won't escalate, but it's like, not really. In terms of precedence, it's more likely that it will escalate, and if it doesn't, it's probably going to go over a year, for the same reason that the France protest has gone over for over a year, the same reason that the Hong Kong protest just recently crossed a year, the same reason that the Ecuadorians are still going pretty strong, the same reason that Venezuela is still in a shithole. When riots start, those things take a while to go down, and that doesn't really change for the US in my estimation. If you want a riot to die down, you need a small population, but the bigger the population, the worse it's gonna get, pretty much, in my opinion. So it's just a matter of escalation, Joshua. But the US isn't alone in the idea of escalating riots, I think, is what I would say about that. Okay. So let me just go down here. Yo, Nicholas, you got any thoughts about Hero Academia, man? Like, Nicholas, it's been so long since we talked, man. If Ordinary got an anime, it would probably be a brutal version of My Hero Academia. What are you referring to, Unordinary, actually? Can you just, like, remind me? Is this, like, the one that we checked out a few weeks ago? Unordinary. Unordinary. Is it the one with, like, the guy that fights weird? Webtoons are newer to the game, and the color to just give it some time. Pretty much, Nick. Like, when you look at God of High School and then you compare it to something like Solo Leveling, although Solo Leveling is technically a novel adaptation, Solo Leveling does things pretty well. There's a reason, guess who is the protagonist of Fun Game to Play. That's funny, Prower. Thick necks. Besides my thought for Digimon Episode 4, I theorized the reason Paddleman and Gatomon... Oh, let me do this here. No, let's cancel that. 1 second, Animamus. I'll read that comment here. Besides my thought for Digimon Episode 4, I theorized the reason Patamon and Gatomon seem to be more important, I'm guessing, is that they're two of the universe's incarnations of the 3 Archangels. I did see the Ophanimon statue there, which I thought was really cool for Episode 4. Animamus, I think I missed your previous comments on Digimon. Let me just go back to read them real quick, Animamus. Where's Animamus? For episode 4, of course, I liked it, but the animation looked not as good, even worse than what I was expecting. Definitely put most of the budget into Greymon's evolution sequence. Animamus, same exact thoughts that I had. You know what though? Like, throughout the video, when you eventually see it, I was just saying, like, you know, this is Corona, right? There's no way around it. It's Corona. There's no reason to be mean to them. It was funny seeing how great Greymon looked. That must have been like one of the things they worked on. Let's see. Unless you're China. Oh, this is Will. Unless you're China, crunch sounds, tank noises. Ooh. Most of what's happening in the US is peaceful protesting, not rioting. I mean, yeah, that's probably true, Prower. Like, I'm not saying it's not. It's just, like, okay, Prower, like, the outside world, at least from the Canadian point, like, the news that's coming out is the majority of the riots. So it's just like the regular media thing of the media looking for the thing that makes the most noise. It's just, you know, when you ask anyone else that doesn't care about America, that doesn't live in America, they're gonna be like they say, "Oh, America's up in flames," just because of the way things are coming out. Like if I ask anyone back home, like the first thing we talk about is like, "Hey, did you see how America's up in flames?" It's like, yes, it is. But that's just, again, that's like the representative bias. That is from just what the media is doing. But this is the kind of situation like Paris was on fire. Hong Kong is still going through like some pretty rough stuff. They're still having their million-man marches. You don't need that much rioting to still have civil unrest for a good portion of time. And once shootings are occurring between the populace, it's only a matter of time till that escalates. And you know, right now we're in the point of individual type reports, but with the way that the media hypes things up, it wouldn't be that hard for things to get worse, I think, in my opinion. But again, when we say worse, like the states it's 50 different states. There's a lot of ground there. Most of the violence that is being reported, from what I've seen, is coming from specific areas. A powerless boy that lives in a world of people with superpowers. Unordinary is very good. Oh, you guys are saying it's good? Unordinary. A powerless boy. Wait, oh, well, let me just very quickly look at this, guys. So I don't recognize this. Just doing a quick Google search here. Let me just see. Did I check? Oh no, I don't know this one. So you guys are saying it's really good? I'm just very quickly looking at the first page, I think. I can't get to it. One second, everyone. Just wants to see this real quick. Okay, well, I'll put this on my reading list. I'll just very quickly go through like 5 chapters when I got the time. I like the art style. Yeah, I think the art style is cool. I'll have to check it out. A powerless. Okay, after all that's happened recently, all my theories got jumbled around. That's fair, Nick. I might get to read that one as well. Apparently, I got a strike and I'm kind of scared to post it right now. I don't really know how to go about it for my chapter reviews. Okay, Sarge, you gotta tell me what exactly did you get for the strike? You've gotta tell me. Oh yeah, right, Vance, I saw that. Yeah, you got Red Dead. I don't play Red Dead, so Vance, tell me, do you like it? But yeah, Sarge, you gotta tell me about that copyright strike, because I can tell you what to do. And tell me which video that you got it on, because again, I can figure this out for you. Nicholas says, I'm in America and I think it's up in flames. Well, Nick, like, where are you at, man? Or like, roughly, just tell me like the state, or like the Midwest region or whatever. Or if you're in a city, Trip. Oh yeah, Trip, goals met. You can get a free Zeraora and 8 Armorite from Pokemon Home. Yes, I saw that, Animamus. Animamus, the next raids that are coming, they have Armorite ore as a drop. So the raid theme, I think, is ground type and steel type Pokemon. So there's Steelix, there's Steelix, Rhyperior, Colossal, and I think the giant elephant. Oh, Florida, yeah. For anyone want to read more, so the Web 2 light novel is complete. Yes, it is. And I read it, and that's how I kicked the habit to read Solo Leveling. Thanks to reading the novel, I did not have to read any more of the webtoon. So I felt it felt like I was becoming free, and I really appreciated that. Oh, today you were reminded of the Pink Eye episode for that's Kids Next Door. Hey, Prower? Kimetsu? No, that's not Yaiba. So, Kids Next Door? Pink Eye episode for Kids Next Door. I don't remember that. Was it a Kids Next Door episode? KND, let me just very quickly check. Pink Eye? Oh, Operation Pink Eye. It is KND. Oh, wait. Is this the Crust one? Is this the thing that where number 2 had to go be a detective? Oh, no. Oh, it's gross. Yeah, I remember now. Oh, that was gross. Thinking about it, it's really gross when you like grow up and you realize how bad Pink Eye is. Oh, that's gross. Okay, Prower. Thanks, man. Thanks. You're the best, Prower. Okay, let's see. Florida's always up in flames. Yeah, well, Florida is just, it's a hot place. I feel like hot places just have people like hot places with hot-blooded people is just a problem. I got a lot of family friends in Florida, but they are just kind of hanging out and doing stuff. Although, like, they lead very amazing lives or very dramatic lives. But that's kind of like just what happens when you're Latino or whatever. Okay, Will's saying, I think the media is milking this. We're not in flames. Definitely the media milking it. Okay, out of the many animes coming next month, I have a bunch of friends picking up Rent a Girlfriend. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end up watching that as well. I think it's gonna... well, I'm looking forward to it. I hope that I'll be able to stick with it for the majority of the season. But after all the copyright strikes this season, it's just... I am legitimately concerned to how the next season is going to turn out here. Zon. The real tragedy of Devil Summer 2 is that the fun dialogue is mechanically worse to use. I agree. I was just looking at I was just looking at the guide the other day just to see if I was doing things correctly, and that's what I noticed. Just the dialogue isn't that great. Or like the good dialogue is, I got my last 5 videos taken down by Shueisha. Okay. Did you get a copyright strike? Let me see if you said anything else here. You didn't. Okay. Okay, Sarge. I'm going to tell you what to do. Let me just... I have to look at your channel one more time. Just to make sure I give proper advice here. Why do I have so many subscriptions? Sometimes I think YouTube just subscribes me for no reason. Okay, so let's see. So you got 270 up. So let me just see here really quick. Sarge, one thing I will say is it worth disputing? It might be worth disputing. Sarge, did you get subscribers removed from your channel? Or no, you didn't. You didn't. That's just views. Never mind. Right, that's all the videos leaving. Okay, 1 second, Sarge. I just need to look at one of your videos here. I just need to do a quick count because Sarge. So here's what you need to do. First off, Shueisha is abusing you because you are a small YouTuber. So you need this is up to you, but it won't hurt you if you were to do this. You gotta tell them you got to put it in numbers. How many panels did you use? You have to say you used the panels in the spirit of commentary. You got to make sure that you say that because there was criticism involved, like look up like the regular copyright freedom, wait, what was it called? Free use, the free use law or whatever. You got to look at those little bits there and just take out some wording and say it in your response if you get the opportunity. YouTube should allow you the opportunity to dispute a claim. If you're not getting strikes, it means that Shueisha is doing a little thing here. Now, one thing that I could see being a problem with the videos, even though really it shouldn't be, is you don't have... Okay, so one thing, put in some kind of graphic that is your own thing. You do not want the video to be majority manga panels by themselves. Just put in a random graphic that is your own thing, just so it can kind of be like, just so that it's not just their image on the screen at all times. Just looking at chapter 270, it's a giant slideshow. The other thing you want to do is minimize how much of the page you're showing. One of my common fightbacks against Shueisha is that sometimes, you've seen it, I just put the dialogue bubble in the video. The reason for that is because when Shueisha gives me a copyright claim, I'm saying this is just an ordering of letters, correct? You can't copyright a sequence of letters. Like, I could rewrite the sentence, and you can't really copyright that because I'm talking about the sentence. I need the sentence on the screen for my viewers that can't understand what I'm saying. That's how you fight copyright stuff. But that's the big thing. Just looking at chapter 270, you showed off a lot of the pages, so it would be very hard for you to say that you are not competing with their product from the way that you're showing the pages. The speed is something in your factor, but you want to be safe, so you want to minimize the amount of panels you ultimately show, and you do want something of yours obscuring the panels. And then you have to make sure you say in your claim that you are critiquing and commentating, because that does go a long way. And honestly, Shueisha, they ain't gonna come after you. Probably not. Majority of the times they won't. I mean, you're a small channel. They're not gonna come after you. Maybe, like, it's 99% sure that they're not gonna come after you unless they want to make a stance. But you'd be in the clear either way if you just show less of their manga, I think. Ooh. Okay, let's see. Great. Thank you guys for the patience there. Had to go through that, but Sarge, honestly, just enjoy it. You've joined the big leagues now. If Shueisha is coming after you for speaking your opinions, you know you're doing something right. If your videos are being found by Shueisha's people, you're probably doing something right. The reason they didn't copyright strike you is probably because they're aware that they don't really have much ground to stand on, and that's why they probably went to claim. Anime said the grossest K&D episode I remember is the one with chickenpox. Actual chickens out of the skin. Man, I don't remember these episodes. I need to look at pictures to remember. That's weird. I remember like Ed and Eddie pretty well, but like Kids Next Doors? Damn, man. No, this is data. Get data. It gets worse knowing how pink eye starts. Fecal matter in the eye. Yeah, yeah. Man, I was blown away. I was blown away when someone told me that you could give someone pink eye by farting into their pillow like bareback, and it's like, oh my god, really? That's all it takes? That's gross. My ex roommate had pink eye. I don't know who did it, but it wasn't me. That's all I can say. I was not the one that laced that pillow, but it sucks. Okay, Nicholas was saying it looks like Izuku is going to be having his "I am here" moment for that intro sequence that we thought was foreshadowing something this whole time. "I am here" moment. Ooh, an "I am here" moment at his current percentage. I don't know, man, because he's kind of like fighting like his antithesis right now in terms of like the power scale here. Oof. Ah, yes. So, Sarge, that little thing that you said there. First off, that's a copy and paste thing. That's the exact same one that I got the other day, and that's the exact same one that YouTube defended me from. So I mentioned this in the chapter video, but I've never been defended by YouTube. But this is the first time that I've ever seen YouTube come back to me and say like, "Hey, this group copyright claimed you," but we looked at it and it was like, "Nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. You're cool, bro." And so we didn't escalate. We didn't take down your video. So what that ultimately is saying, Sarge, is that the entire video is theirs because you're using their pictures. That's why you gotta minimize how much of their pictures you're using. You might have seen in my videos, but I use one panel from the page. Kind of think like doing that. Maybe only use 1 or 2 panels from the page. But the most important thing when you come back to counter them, you gotta say it's critique and commentary. It only works with showing what's on screen so I can talk about it, and it does not compete with your product. You cannot be in a position where someone can go into your video and get the majority of the content of the chapter from what they're seeing on screen. You can tell them the majority of the chapter, you just can't show the majority of the chapter. Makes it easier when it comes to fighting it on the YouTube copyright claim system. Reality is the majority of the people are just going for the easy hits. They don't want to waste time with people that will make things like just a little bit annoying. But we don't know. One thing I wanted you to just be sure, just remember, Sarge, one day it will eventually happen where an anime YouTuber will be sued. Might be me, might be someone else. It depends on who does the suing. It's coming. It's going to happen one day. It's only a matter of time. It only takes someone being upset enough. And when that day comes, hopefully it'll be a lot better for everyone on the platform once the case is resolved. Prower said, no official delay of the My Hero Academia has been announced, but I can see it if it keeps going in Japan for at least another month. We really need to see if we're going to get a... what was it, second or a third wave? Like if we go into third wave, like I'm expecting the third wave to come in like in fall, because that's like where all the doctors are saying. So we're gonna have to see how bad things get in fall. Right now in summer we might have a little bit of a reprieve, although you know, like the southern hemisphere is in trouble. Yeah, we'll have to see. And when I say southern hemisphere, I don't say everywhere. I'm specifically thinking of Brazil when I say the southern hemisphere. So I'm gonna go into immense damage. This is the first one here. Let me just finish the comments. I think that the God of High School as a slow start for the webtoon. Yeah, you think so? I tend to zoom in to at least keep content, but yeah, I might try a new format. Yeah, no, I was just looking at 270, Sarge, and the problem was that you showed so much of the page even with the zoom in. It's tough. It's tough. Skelly pointed out, just type it in Word, and it's like, yeah, that's pretty much it. There was a point in time where I just thought I could just type this in Word and just talk about the dialogue. But I decided to just push it a little bit. Oh man, Nicholas. Number 4 is the best in my opinion. He's the only good one when he's only good when he's the only one around. Yeah, number 4 was hilarious. I love the number 4 parody where he became Super Saiyan. That was pretty great. Oh, Joshua, Sarge has a different channel, Animeverse. Remember the episode where number 5 learned that K&D agents could go undercover as teenagers? Then in the movie finale, the fact that she had to have her memory restored for the interview. Yeah. Yeah, that was... I love the movie, though. The movie was cool. Oh, okay, Nick. I getcha. I'm probably going to take the L for this until it goes away in September. Oh, man. Anime Upward uses a lot of clickbait title. Yeah, I've seen that before, man. Curse the cap limit. New scanlation of Slime came out. I'll have to check it out later. But yeah, so yo, Sarge, you know, that's okay. But Sarge, remember, you don't got a lot to lose, man. You don't got a lot to lose, but you got a lot to gain. What you could do for your upcoming video, Sarge, if they're having problems with you putting up their content, the new slime chapter is fire. Nice. Okay, so if you have trouble with the video, just do what I used to do. Just take your thumbnail and make that the video. Just put that in the video and just do commentary over top of it. They are not going to claim that. I say that, but like Shueisha's stupid. So just do like one of your like high level thumbnails that makes it kind of hard to tell what's going on the screen if you don't know what you're looking for. Use one of your high level thumbnails and just make that the screen, because you have good thumbnails. Your thumbnail is a higher quality than whatever I could put on my screen. So just put the thumbnail on there and just talk over it. And if you need to reference some lines of dialogue, best thing you could do is say it on this, like just write it on the screen, like put Microsoft Word on there, and then you will be able to do your videos. If Shueisha claims that, you have every right to be like, yo, no, you just claimed nothing. You just claimed me talking about text on the screen. That's how you gotta go about it. And if you go a little bit more like offensive, they're gonna like back down. And then you know what? You can even make it a little thing. You got a good amount of viewers for your videos. You can make a little bit of thing where like Shueisha sucks, and you can tell your viewers to like just help you out. You know, share the video around so that you can overcome Shueisha censoring you for no good reason, right? The reality is, majority of anime and manga readers on YouTube understand that copyright's an ever-evolving struggle. So I think they'll, you know, people will totally get behind you for that, man. If they like your stuff, they'll get behind you. But there is legitimate ways of getting around it, Sarge.
Here
okay.
we are. Vickman entrance as promised.
So, this is where he's gonna die. Is he not here? Well, it looks like we're early.
Oh, 1 second, guys. You guys can't see the text very well. Let me make that screen smaller. Even smaller.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just come back later.
The eternal struggle, pretty much. Yeah, man, Sarge. Just keep on going, man.
No dice.
All you gotta do
I went to take a
is
look
get
around,
to a
but
point.
I don't think he's here yet.
Like, if they try and claim, if you make these changes and they claim your video this week, they're not watching your videos, at which point you can easily like counter them and be like, you guys are stupid, and then they'll back off. Usually
This is definitely where the video was set, though. I'm sure of it.
what's happened on the anime review channel is that so there's 3 companies coming after me. One of them was Molbeat, and Molbeat kept coming after me for Princess Connect. They were the most aggressive ones. And then I changed the video format real quick, and they haven't come after me. I'm just dealing with the other 2 companies that now I'm also just complaining against. So this is just like a normal thing. Every year, copyright claims kind of spike, and then they kind of settle down for the rest of the year. The next time they're going to spike is in November, and then probably in November I'm going to lose my channel again. But hey, it's November. It happens every other November. Or you know, they get more aggressive every other November. So
Maybe he got
hopefully
slowed
it'll,
down by
you
the
know,
disaster.
this is just how it goes.
Probably just running a little late.
It's possible. The road's totally demolished in some places, and a bunch of fires are still going.
Random trainer asking, but why though? They should be happy people are reviewing anime. It's honestly, when you look at how many anime clip channels there are, like core anime and all that, it's just an issue of numbers. I think whoever is blocking this, they want to be able to say, oh yeah, man, we took down a video that had like 5,000 views, so we saved you guys from losing more views. And you know, that's all well and good, because at the end of the day, they just want to say like, we're saving you money, but like the majority of them are not really. So they don't really care about things like word of mouth, because you know, stealing content, and if they think it's stealing content, they'll go for it. But they're usually, the strategy for the companies is just, They want to sound good. They want to be able to say that, hey, we took down this video with so many views, or we took down these many different accounts that were stealing so many of your content. But usually, if you complain back at them, the company will usually stop. So, for instance, with Molebeat, you know, after I complained at them, they haven't taken down my 8th Son videos anymore. And then the other two companies jumped in with the other two series, but you know, it's the same kind of system. When it comes to, there is one entity that you can never really fight, and that usually is Sony. Anything that has to do with music, that's a lost battle. Like, you really shouldn't be putting like even 5 seconds of music, because most companies will let YouTubers put in 2 minutes of anime straight. For instance, Toei will let you do up to 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the One Piece anime straight. But if you go past the 2 minutes and 30 seconds, they will block the video. So Toei, like, there's clearly some kind of tolerance here, but for some reason, music is like 5 seconds and you're out. If you got music in there, they're gonna find it. Like, for instance, Thingamabob, the really infuriating one, Sing Yesterday for Me. That thing, I had like one of my penultimate episodes there ready to go, and I hadn't even uploaded it yet. I was still in draft mode. I just left it in draft mode because I had to fix some stuff in the video. And then before it's even published, the freaking company finds the video and just says nope, and just like gives me a copyright strike for it and just throws it out the window. And why? Because there was like a little bit where I let the music play for a little bit too long without me talking over it. The music detection system on YouTube is ridiculous compared to the content detection system. There is a significant difference in the sensitivity for picking up music, and I don't fully understand why that is, but it's there. Also,
So
the
it's a
YouTube
mess
content
down here,
system
too?
can detect music that's been sped up to 2 times the speed. They can detect that. They can detect an image that's been flipped. They can detect an image that's been flipped and reduced to 75% size. They can detect an image that's been filtered, or a video that's been filtered. You need to do a lot of things to make it so that the YouTube detection system does not detect copywriting or infringing material. One of the things you can do for anime clips is you keep anime clips less than 15 seconds. If you go over 15 seconds, the YouTube detection system will detect that. But it's strange that that's where it goes for an anime clip, but the music is much easier to get. Whew, man. And Princess Connect was really good. Yeah, I think so too. I'm
Hey,
really
I'm having
happy
a
that
thought
Vance
here.
told me about it. I haven't
What do you
finished
think
it.
about that?
I am pretty happy though to do it.
I know, right? That's what I like to hear from our intrepid leader.
If Bakugo, okay, Nicholas said if Bakugo ends up quirkless like people are saying, I'm gonna call it the blonde curse. First All Might, then Meteor, then Bakugo. All the blonde boys lose their powers. Oh my god, yeah.
Hey, you gotta stop agreeing with him just to shut him up. Who knows what kind of craziness goes on in his head? At least ask what it is first.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. I haven't explained it yet. So Tokyo and Osaka are in pretty sorry shape, right? I was just wondering how far it goes.
How far? Well, Tokyo and Osaka covers the east and west. Other than that, who knows?
That's my point. The mainland was hit, but what about other places? What about Hokkaido? Oh, or East Timor?
Timor. I've never heard of Timor. What's Timor?
You don't know? The Democratic Republic of Timor-Leste. It just sounds so neat.
He's right. He's ridiculous, but he's right. We've only seen a few places. We have no idea how the rest of the country
Is Timor a real place?
See? Doesn't that make you wonder? I'm curious how things are outside of what we've seen.
Oh, definitely Vance. It was definitely 100 times better than 8th Son. That was the hidden gem. Yes, Io. What do you want, Io? Yes, Io.
Oh, I think we can see a glimpse of what he's talking about.
You mean of Timor?
Oh, no. Sorry, I didn't mean to. We haven't gone anyplace open lately, right? Somewhere.
Sure, I guess that'll get us a little closer to Timor.
This has nothing to do with Timor. But yeah, it's a pretty good idea, Io.
I had that idea. I had that idea too. Oh, I'm the best. This guy's the best. Yeah, okay, good work.
Right? Io's so great. She's smart, cute, talented.
Oh, stop simping for her. No, he's not a simp. He's just
Can we please move on?
he's just like a hormonal boy. Io looks really uncomfortable.
Well, is there anywhere open like that?
We'd need somewhere like the Yoda River would be perfect. We can get a good panorama from there.
Okay.
Oh, right. The Yoda River's pretty big. That sounds great, Hina. It's not too far.
All right, cool. Oh shoot, we're still doing stuff. Okay. We arrived at the
Now,
Yodo
this
River.
is what I call a vantage point. From here, you can see.
Oh, Joshua, you got Chivalry? Nice. I still love the final episode of Chivalry, man. The final episode of Chivalry just makes you feel good.
Is this for real?
No way. This isn't my Osaka. No way.
The cityscape is in ruins. There's rising smoke as far as the eye can see.
Osaka got hit way worse than we thought.
I can't believe this. It's horrible. So much worse than I imagined.
Wait, does this mean Tokyo's just as bad?
Most likely.
We couldn't tell from the ground, but maybe Tokyo's just like this.
Everything's damaged as far as the eye can see.
There's no way any rescue effort could handle all this. Is this what Yamato meant when he said we wouldn't be saved if we waited around?
Yeah, this is too much for anyone. Now demons are all over the place too. Yamato said we might be saved if we could find the cause, but seeing this, I don't know. What could cause all this?
Aliens.
It's like I'm lost. What happened to our home?
It disappeared.
We should go back.
Staying here won't do us any good, that's for sure.
I think all people should experience seeing their home disappear for like a day, you know? I think everyone should experience that just so you like have an appreciation for nature that can do that. I'm not saying I wish people lose their homes. I'm just saying that oh, this guy. I'm just saying that gives you a kind of perspective that I think it's good to have. I don't know. For me, when it happened to my family, like it just kind of like it just made you believe that no matter how bad things get, so long as you are moving in a correct fashion, you can overcome it. That's kind of like what I took away when the island I lived on disappeared for the day during one of the hurricanes. Okay. Let's see. We got 2,000 bucks, man. So I think we could get a bunch of new demons here. I do want. I wonder which one of these is the good one to get then. I think this guy, because he has range, right? So we do want that. So let's begin. Okay, so this guy's got 1,032. So I gotta like, I gotta go a little bit high here. I think this is fine. Yes, nice. And I beat him just by 30. So that's pretty good. Pay your bid. Yeah, sure, whatever. 34 is not gonna kill me. We're gonna kick some ass. Yeah, this is great. You know what? Oh, you know what? I can fuse elementals. That's the ones I don't have yet. I should fuse some elementals while I still have the money. So let's grab some elementals. Which one makes an elemental here? I like him. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's an elemental. Yeah, these guys don't seem like they're like... I just don't want to. I don't want to use up the ones that I have. I don't want to use up like any of the cool ones, you know. Let's switch to results. Ah, so let's go. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do this one. Wait. These are my good guys. They got all the extra stuff. This one. What happens if I do this one? Oh, this is new. I've never seen this one before. Okay, we're doing that one then. Oh, what is that? Oh, I've never seen this one. Oh my gosh. Neat. So you take all that. Let's begin the fusion. Huh. Okay. Oh, this is a new one, guys. We're getting a new demon here. The ghost. Whoa, this is neat. That's neat. Neato. All right. Let me just go back through you guys' comments here. We got Bakugo. I already used Viz since Manga Stream died. I use Viz as well. All the new theories are whack. If only they put more effort into other areas. Oh, come on, you. What did you think about Princess Connect? Oh yeah, right. Yeah, Princess Connect was better than Ace Sun. I'm just getting. Okay, I already got that. ReZero Subaru is such a simp and come off stocky. Yes. So does Tower of God. The way Hody has taken the story is so hard to theorize. Nicholas, I am glad that you're seeing it too, man. Like, I'm also struggling. It's kind of hard. Just because, you know, where does he want to go? He puts himself in positions of a lot of potential. The one thing I can remember is that knowing that Shinzo is an active factor tells me that Shinzo needs to get some value from being Class 1A at some point. And then I remember that Shoji needs to get something as well because there is a Shoji storyline. So, like, you know, when it comes to the Shoji storyline, like, how many ways can we justify Shoji getting to do something worthwhile, right? Not that many ways, unless he's still in school. So, that's like just little things. There are things in the future we know we need to get, such that it makes you think there has to be a way to get to them, right? Izuku meeting his father, or seeing his father again, that's also something we need to see. I could see Izuku seeing his father, like maybe after like the whole fight happens and everyone's got to go to rest. Izuku comes out of this fight, he's like super beat up, and his father finally comes to see like, hey, stop breaking your arms, kid, or something like that. I don't know. We don't know who Izuku's father is. God, I hope he's a caring father. I hope it's not all for one. Oh, in regards to Shoji, a way you could justify Shoji also is saying that the way you justify Shoji getting something is if you said that he is the traitor, which is like, you know, and that's so dubious already because everyone's a traitor pretty much in Hero Academia because like we have no way of knowing at this point. But yeah, that's like one way you could like that the author could get Shoji to get some screen time without it meaning that we're going back to the school. Oh, speaking of traitor, I forgot that I was working on the May video, so I've got the voice track recorded. I just gotta edit it. So for anyone that's waiting for that, it's still there. It's gonna come out once I work on it. Anime said all I can find out about Timor is that it's an island at the southern end of the Maritime Southeast Asia. Wow, thank you, Animamus. I never knew. I didn't know that was a thing. That was so cool. Nowhere close to Japan. That's interesting. Being delayed because of Corona-chan. Oh, whatever, Joshua. It's cool that you're getting it, man. Who remember the manga entertainment? Oh, no, I don't know. My demons are, especially when they put Eri and All Might in the most. I'm like, bruh. There's the Eri horn is glowing thing too. Yeah, Prower. Like, I still think that's what tells. Okay, so here's how I think about the Eri situation, Prower, and for anyone else. Aizawa, before the war starts, tells Eri when he's helping her, don't worry, Eri, you're going to be okay because this is UA. You know, when a character is telling someone, hey, don't worry because this place stands as a bastion, I, as a villain, would totally want to go to UA and destroy it. You know what? And like, Shigaraki already has precedence for destroying stuff at UA, right? He brought down the walls. Or sorry, the door, right? He brought down the door. So I'm just thinking about it and it's like, that just seems to me like that's the thing that says that UA is going to be attacked. Now I do hope it's going to be like a three-pronged attack, like someone attacking UA, someone attacking Endeavor's household, someone attacking the prison. But we'll have to see. I do think we're going to see this somewhere. Do you think Shigaraki is becoming the Madara of the series? I mean, in the way of him becoming unbeatable and Horikoshi riding him into a corner? Okay. So I see that Prower had a response here, so I'm just going to read Prower's response along with it. No, Sarge, he has stated he planned things ahead of time with edits here and there based on the popularity of certain characters and whatnot, while Kishimoto didn't care for Naruto by that point. So I do want to agree with Prower here. There is a significant difference. Like, for Kishimoto, he made Madara. He just wanted this guy to be so freaking amazing, and honestly, he was freaking amazing. You had to like bring up the amazingness that was Guy in order to take down Madara even a little bit. So that was an issue of a character becoming more than the author could deal with. Like Kishimoto said it, like he just did not have any legitimate ways of beating Madara. Like to beat Madara, you have to cheat. And he cheated with Kaguya. That was the only way for Madara to go down, because if he was fighting Sasuke and Naruto, it would have been like a hard-fought fight all the way throughout, because Madara is smart enough to counter what he understands. He had to face something that he didn't understand in order to like to fall down, in my perspective there. And the thing with Shigaraki is that we have to recall, Shigaraki still has a lot of active weaknesses going on. Like he's still missing fingers, right? Like that is an active weakness in its own little way. And then when you look at Shigaraki, he's also still at 75%, right? Like he's not 100% there yet. So you look at Shigaraki, and it's a situation where there are legitimate ways out of winning against Shigaraki. And that will probably be maintained. We have to see how much he wants to exaggerate Shigaraki's godliness. If the godliness gets exaggerated more, we're in a definite problem. But the other thing that we have to consider in My Hero Academia is like, how willing would we be to see quirks that, for instance, allow someone to stop someone's heart if they are a certain distance away from the other person, right? A heart stopping quirk. Shigaraki should still be kind of in danger from those type of quirks. For instance, well, actually this wouldn't work anymore, but if Ochako like nullified Shigaraki's gravity, he's still going to be in a little bit of trouble, but he has so much force that he can now move himself around in the air without problem. So maybe not, but we'd have to look at the instant killers. The instant killers could probably still deal with Shigaraki. Because Izuku is a Shonen Jump protagonist though, he probably isn't going to have instant kill. And then someone like Shinzo can maybe like stall Shigaraki for a little bit. It'll actually be really interesting with Shinzo if Shinzo is going the way of Aizawa, because Aizawa acts as a staller. It'd be funny if Shinzo takes up the role of Aizawa and becomes the new staller, because you can see people being stalled by talking to him. But it'd be a little bit hard to use an Aizawa, which might be what Horikoshi wants. Maybe he wants an Aizawa that's harder to use. I do hope that... Okay, so Random said that imagine Eddie's horn goes off again during the mission. I really hope that Eddie's horn goes off either to heal Medio or heal up some of the heroes that get really dusted. On the whole Shinzo thing, for him to join Class 1A, there needs to be an open desk for him, right? There's essentially... No. There's essentially an open desk for him if Aizawa just says he wants to put him in there, right? Are you still going to review Arifureta Volume 1 soon? Yes. Joshua, I'm like reading it slowly. So don't worry, that's still a thing that's coming. It's just with all the movement and all the problems I've been having over this past year. It's been delayed just because my legal status in Canada is just having a little bit of... It's a little bit sketchy right now. So that's just what slowed me down. Right now, in terms of the videos I'm working on, Joshua, I'm like doing research for some pair spotlight videos. And then I gotta do the May video, and I'm working on the We Never Learn video. So I'm doing Ogata right now, so I'm just analyzing how Ogata was treated for the first season of the anime. And then I'll do the quick analysis of how Ogata's treatment in the anime reflected what happened in Ogata's final chapters. So that's the next bit of content that is legitimately coming up. But the Arifureta volumes and the Shield Hero volume discussions have been delayed just because of my personal problems. Remember when some people theorized that Gento and Labrava was going to help the heroes in some kind of way? Yeah, I remember when I like also like kind of hoped for that. I still think it's possible for Gento and Labrava to help. It really just depends on how much he wants to. I think it depends on how much he wants to showcase them. Like, I'd be totally fine if at the end of the arc they just have Labrava saying that she was the one that jammed communications. Super easy, or even just having Labrava go into a computer and take out some of their data. That is totally fine too. Gento would be the one that'd be hard to use, but Labrava could work well here. I like what Skelly said. He already wrote himself into a corner. He wrote Aizawa. That's what we're seeing. Shinzo could be joining Class B. They only said he'd be joining the hero course. I do want him in Class A though, because it's better to have him with Aizawa, I think. God, yes, please keep Shinzo away from the good characters. Like, yeah, look, man, Class 1B is, like, those are the people that can deal with, like, giant situations. How many Class 1B characters did we see at the front line, right? A bunch of them. 2. That's a lot. Wait. No, there were 2 Class 1A characters. Never mind, that point's bunk. Anyway, but, like, the Class 1B characters are, like, the better ones, man. Like, in terms of wide population control, like, they got some real winners there, man. And it's just because, I don't know. Some of the Class 1A also has, like, wide population control, but, like, the guys in Class 1B just seem so much more cool. Can't he still decay with that hand missing fingers? Yeah, Sarge, he can. But, like, it's still, like, a sign of weakness when you see missing fingers. So Skelly wants a pair up Shinzo and Endeavor. Got it. Power getting to Skelly. Maybe she could actually quirk become unstable. I do hope it'll happen. Could Eddie undo decay? Okay, let's just remember Eddie can't rewind. Would Meltman's power be able to stop Shigaraki's decay? I don't know. Wait, Meltman? Which one's Meltman? Is it Mudman? Which one's Meltman, Skelly? Is it the guy with the guy that looks like a Titan? Okay, but Miguel, could Eddie undo decay? No, it depends, right? She shouldn't be able to undo inorganic objects, so non-living objects. But if she can conceptually undo quirks, if she can undo Shigezaki's fusion, if she can undo Izuku's damage that he's accumulating in real time, I feel that it's okay to say that she can undo something that's been lost, right? Because really, if you think about it, if Izuku is going at 100%, chances are his bones at some point are turning into dust. But yet, Eri is fixing that. So the dusting aspect must be revertible. Oh, fans, thank you so much, man. Thank you, because, like, oh, it's just tough. It's just tough. Trying to watch anime. But I do want to do more anime. That's just the problem. Oh, Mudman, yeah. Would Mudman be able to stop Shigaraki's decay? I don't know, Skel. Like, I would say no, because he's still dealing with a form of matter. I feel that the problem is decay just spreads through anything that the molecules are too close together. And I believe that the molecules are still very close together with something that's semi-liquid. That's kind of what I'm thinking on that one. Would it stop decay? I don't know. There's just so many weird things with Oh, wait. I see what you're saying, Prower. I'm still riding the Shigi kills all for one theory, though. I'll ride that ship till it sinks, and your theory comes true instead. Then I can praise Trip Senpai even more if it's a win-win. Oh, Nicholas, man. Guys, like, I really don't like making theories. I think making theories, I feel bad making them. I know that they get a lot of views and all that kind of stuff, but, like, theories... You know, all it takes for a theory to fall apart, if it's a well-grounded theory, is the author having a moment of freak out and just changing things up, right? Just like theories are... a lot of times like theories just are more wrong than they are right, and at some point it just feels like you're writing fan fiction. That's why I don't really like theories. But going into Nicholas here, you know, Nick, if Shiki kills All For One, that would be really cool. I'd be totally into that. Like, have Shigaraki have a moment of rage where he discovers something about All For One and kills him. That'd be totally cool. I wouldn't really mind. I think that would be great. It's either, like, you know, all it takes is subversion, right? All it takes is an author to say, like, hey, I want to subvert as opposed to follow the general formula. And then it's all good. But yeah, man. Like I'm all for the novelty. If the author can come up with something that's really novel that I haven't seen before, I call that a good. I call that a victory for the author. You know, I'll be like, yeah, all right, that was really respectable. I'd rather talk about something that's a respectable move, as opposed to just something that was like, as opposed to something that made sense in terms of the plots up to that point. Because again, subversion and surprises are pretty fun to have, right? That's the fun of reading a manga week to week.
Where's Keita?
Please be here. This is our only chance to save him.
Anyway, Proward said, the thing is, if Eddie attempts it, she can't. Attempts it and she can't, she'll decay too. Yeah, so if Eddie's too close, it's gonna be a problem. I would rather Eddie just try to reverse the effects of decay after decay is like long gone. So like, you know, I would love to see if Mirko can be healed by Eddie. I think that would be very nice.
Hey, is that him?
Well, with the speed he goes through the mud, maybe it's mostly liquid at that point. Yeah, he goes through it so quick, man. I think it would end up like Redestro's stress. Oh yeah, pretty much, Nick. Yeah, it's all good fun.
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
hey,
let's just do this
Keita!
real quick and I'll keep talking.
Yo, Team Tokyo. What's with the chick?
She wants to join our club. She's a fan of ours, maybe? Let's see. Well, this is the funniest one. But she's part of our group.
Sure she is. I don't remember seeing her around earlier.
We finally found you. Where the hell have you been?
Minding my own damn business, that's where. Leave me alone.
Oh, this is the best.
We can't. You're in serious danger right now. Do you know how much crap we had to go through?
No.
Man, shut the hell up. You bitch too much.
Oh my god. I don't like this guy.
Jeez, this guy is such an ass.
Oh, I agree.
Whatever. At least we can rest easy now. Listen, Nicaea sent us a death...
Demons, they're coming! Run for your lives!
No, that's a new graphic.
Demons? Where? You guys wait here. We'll talk later.
He sounds so confident. I want to believe in him, but I know he dies brutally.
Dude, not cool. What's his problem? Now what are we supposed to do?
The stairs.
What's wrong?
Keita was heading towards the stairs. The ones from the death video.
I hope it's not that he just slips.
Damn it, you're right.
Ah, you mean we didn't save him yet? He's just now gonna get himself in trouble? Let's go. If we don't, Keita's gonna...
We'll save him because we're heroes, right? Like that's what we are. We're
Won't let
heroes.
that happen.
Heroes
Come on.
that use demons. 1 second, guys. I'll read the comments as soon as this
We should
bit
hurry.
goes through. Oh, this is why he fell. He gets pushed down the stairs.
You're in the way. Get lost.
What about you?
Don't worry. That demon's my prey. What are you still doing here? Scram!
Yo, man, I'm just gonna say, like, if I was going out into the public, and like there was some kid saying that something in front of him was his prey, like if there was like two kids, and I'm standing between them because I just bad place at a bad time on an annoying day, and the kid behind me is saying, "Get out of my way! That guy's my prey." Like, what? No, man, that's kid's insane. I'm calling the police. You shouldn't be calling people prey. That's weird. You're not a hunter. You're a scrawny kid. It's probably gonna be a scrawny kid.
Okay, thank you.
Ideally, he doesn't have demons on him, because then at that point, I have truly screwed up.
We finally caught up.
You don't want to trust a kid that's calling people prey to be like emotionally stable.
Are you crazy? Why are you going up against him all alone?
Pretty sure I told you to wait there.
Oh, he sounds so confident though. He sounds so confident.
Not a chance. I'm gonna fight. I can use demons too.
Fine, moron.
He sounds so edgy.
Finally caught up. Oh, that's a lot of stairs. Now we can help.
Holy crap. And here I thought we were safe. Hold on. Aren't there more than...
Still with the bitching. Those are miasmas. At least that's what Gyps called them.
Look! There's a phone on the ground where that demon appeared. So the phone is causing this? Maybe it's a summoning app gun. If we break the phone, it should stop working.
To disperse the miasma, stand on top of the haywire phone and select break phone.
Whatever.
Okay.
I'm just glad to be kicking some demon ass.
That kid comes from a broken home. There's no way around that. Required Hinako's dispatchment. Alright. Oh, this is unfortunate. It's unfortunate you can only have 4 teams. I guess that's okay. Oh, she doesn't have any skills. Excellent. Gotta think about that. Let's see. This team is... Oh, this team is so cool. So we'll put him... We'll put her here. What's her stats at? Okay, well this will be an interesting one. Meanwhile, Buddy Guy's got some cool demons here. So let's skill crack, anti-curse. Alright. Everyone anti-curses. Everyone will anti-curse. Oh my gosh, yay! Everyone's anti-cursing. Let me just put in the skills now. So I need to give this girl some skills. Oh, shoot. Which one is it? Shooty. Which button is skills? There we go. Okay. Ah, everyone else has something useful. Everyone's using them, and I do not feel like going into it to fix. So I will simply give her useless skills. I am not expecting her to be useful. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'll give her that. That's cool. Alright, that's kind of just how we're going to have to deal with that one. I wish I had more teams. Okay, gonna read your guys' comments now. Cool. What happened? 13 let leash on Shigi. Actually, guys, I want to say something about 13. I was rereading Hero Academia when I was doing the Pony Monoma video, looking for stuff, and there was like one of the 13 cover pages where the author was saying that he was gonna use 13 whenever possible. And just looking at that chapter and then like all the way here, this is like in the early volumes after the first villain arc. It's like, what are you talking about, author? You barely ever use 13. So I guess things must have changed. Power said, problem with theories is that people often get attached to them and thus hope it happens, which results in disappointment if it doesn't happen, which is the case most theories don't work out. Yes, agreed, Power. John, Ace of Guard, he could just delay the... Oh, this is sorry talking to John. He could just decay the ground under her, plus decay can spread from debris, which would touch her when it enters. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like the VAs had fun doing these lines. Yep. What did you think about the Ogata route? Actually, after looking at the first... okay, so the first season, in Joshua, Ogata ended up... Like, she started really strong, but then she died after, like, episode 6 in terms of involvement. But what you saw with the Ogata stuff at the very beginning of the series is that from the Ogata stuff, everyone else flourished. So it's only because of the Ogata arc that all the other dynamics, aside from Uraka, because Uraka always had a strong dynamic, started. Because in the first season of the anime, it's Ogata that triggers Kirisu and Fumino into their active roles in Yuiga's life. So it's really interesting when you look at Ogata as a tool to diverge the story. But when you look at the difference with how it went down with Uraka, Uraka was significantly stronger than Ogata, and ends up having that distinction over the other characters, in that she didn't need Ogata to instigate any of her own action forward. In terms of the final Ogata arc, like, that was par for the course. Honestly, when you looked at how she was treated in the first part of the series, she's just... It was just hard for... I guess it just seemed like it was hard for her to work, and that's why in the Ogata arc you get resolution for 2 other characters along with Ogata. It's because, like, Ogata can't carry the screen time. Edgy for the sake of being edgy. I think he's going to kill All For One and All Might at the same time, with them both being at Tartarus when he has his meeting with Stain. But now that All Might is UA, and what you said earlier got me. Maybe after Shiki goes to Tartarus to free All For One, he then goes with All For One to UA to see All Might. Then after killing All Might, he finds out what he did to Nana. He decides to kill him too. Just thought it. Other thing is, like, I don't see... Okay, Nicholas, in terms of that... Oh, hey, BK Latin. Yo, Nick, in terms of that theory, my only thing is just, like, the rate at which this happens is because Izuku's power development is going to more or less match where we are in the series. So I see that kind of stuff happening when, like, Izuku's mastered 5 of the quirks, right, inside of him. When he's got 5 of them unlocked, that's when I see that kind of maneuver happening. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising to see Shigaraki, like, going crazy at that point if something like that happens. I do think, though, my bets for how All Might dies making the choice to die. Because there's something going, like, there's a rhetoric that Night Eye set up with All Might, specifically about how the future can be changed. I think it's going to be interesting to see whose rhetoric wins out at the end of the day. Is it going to be reformed Night Eye's rhetoric, who believes the future can change? Or is it going to be old Night Eye's rhetoric that says that All Might dies? I think the best distinction is really just, you know, when someone's about to die, All Might, in his weakest form, goes in by his own volition and saves them by the sacrifice of his life. He's not killed. He gave up his life. So you'll have that bit of a rhetoric change. It'll change the thing of All Might being brutally killed the way that Night Eye saw it, but it still observes the idea of All Might, that being this person that would sacrifice his life for the greater good. That's the kind of distinction that I'm kind of seeing. But it really depends on how the author wants to shake it. Yeah, the thing with the book on the previous users, though, Nick, is you got to recall that that book on previous users does not have a lot of information on the second or third quirk users. So already the book is incomplete. Because even with the book, like, you're not going to find about the second or third users through the book or All Might. But what I referred to was specifically the All For One being killed. Like, I don't see All For One being killed until, like, very later on. Oh yeah, Nick. Yeah. Well, like, yeah, pretty much like that. It's just to give like an easy example of the spirit that I'm thinking is like Shigaraki is about to take out Izuku, for example, right? But All Might comes in at the last minute, giving Izuku that extra little moment. He gets in the way of the decay because Shigaraki was just using his hand, and All Might dies that way. It was a death that could have been totally avoided if All Might chose not to run into the fray. But then that would also kind of reflect how Izuku initially ran in to save Bakugo, that kind of running in there. So, you know, there's ways. You know what would be really brutal, now that I'm thinking about it? What would be really brutal is if Izuku runs in to save someone, and he's doing like he's doing a similar maneuver to the first time he saved Bakugo. In other words, he's going up against someone that he really has no right going up against. And then All Might, like he did the first time, comes in to save Izuku from it. Except this time, it's fatal for All Might. I think that'd be like a nice little, poetic end to the whole thing. Plot twist: All Might dies due to a brutal case of cancer, not a brutal murder. Well, he's missing organs. He could die of organ failure. Finally got to be one of these. Oh, hey, Black Fox. Oh, I think I remember. Were you here before? Nicholas said, "Oh, I see what you mean. Less Shigi, yeah, I know, but Deku still has more vestiges to talk to anyway, so yeah, I do." Well, the good thing is though, like, considering the vestige system, system there, Nick, is that if All Might dies, All Might's gonna be inside of the vestiges, right? So that'll be pretty cool. Once All Might is in there. So really, All Might's gonna still be around. He's still gonna be able to talk to them as long as Izuku can find them inside of the vestiges. Which, again, will be a pretty cool thought, I think. Let's hope this works. I swear if the Bakugo theory becomes real, I'ma start swinging. Oh, no! No, I don't want any of that, man. Yo, okay, so what I'm thinking is... I mean, yeah, Nick, like, he could do a lot. And yeah, Force goes to All Might, pretty much. So, back before we had the vestiges, I had made a video, like, a long time ago. This is, like, really old Trip history, like, back when the channel was first growing, thanks to Pear Spotlight. I had made a video about, like, why does All Might have so many high-level stats? Like, why is he so smart? Why is he so perfect? Was it propaganda that came from a data book, or was it something legit? And in that book, in that video, I pretty much just wondered, is it possible that he's drawing on the information of the vestiges? And in that video, one of the clips that I used to kind of show off the idea was something that another Shonen Jump series had done, that being Katekyo Hitman Reborn. Katekyo Hitman Reborn has a sequence where Suna... And guys, if this spoils it for you, I am very sorry, but like, this is an old series. If you didn't hear about it and didn't watch it by now, you're probably never going to watch it. But with Katekyo Hitman Reborn, Suna had a sequence where he saw all the previous inheritors of a particular title. Isn't that interesting? And he got to see them in a very kind of spiritual place. Now, when you look at what Katekyo Hitman Reborn did, I think this might give us an easy alternative to the Bakugo theory. That being that it could be the Bakugo theory could be very easily resolved by just having someone that is very similar to Bakugo in the past. Like, let's say that the second one for all user was someone that looks like Bakugo and had a similar disposition to Bakugo, except their relationship was a lot healthier in terms of the friendships. If they just pull a generation repetition kind of thing. So Sarge, you watched it. You know, like how the first generation of Angola was the same as the 10th generation of Angola? They could pull the same thing, right? They could just say the first generation of the One for All users just end up being very similar to Izuku and Bakugo. That's all they need to do to just really make that work out there. Oh, okay, Black Fox. Okay, thank you, Black Fox. That's why your username looks familiar. Great. Well, thanks for being here. We're talking about Hero Academia and other things too. But let's see. BK Latin said basically Vestiges play as a Ghost Nappa type role from DBZ abridged. Once All Might dies, Deku finally gains full access to the Avatar state. Man, he needs, like, if he could just gain access to All Might's... If he could gain access to All Might's wisdom, or just ability to use his muscles in general, that would be pretty great, I think. So Bakugo becomes like the whole And Nicholas, it depends. It depends on like how hard they want to do that for the reincarnation system. Really depends on how they want to do that. Like they could just say it's an uncanny similarity. You know, just say something like that. They don't need to do the reincarnation thing. Does anyone think that My Hero Academia has significant Buddhist undertones aside from Shizaki? I don't think it does. That's kind of where I end up on that particular idea. Oh, I just noticed that this was a little bit cut off, guys. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. And it's just a little bit cut off. Okay, cool. But yeah, I don't spot any kind of thing like that in terms of Buddhist reincarnation coming in. Random Trainer said, had friends asking to or saying to watch Katekyo Hitman Reborn, but never did because seasonal anime. Yeah, Katekyo Hitman Reborn is like one of the like long running shonens. I think it ended at 300 episodes. Oh man, people thought Muscular was related to Bakugo because of his spiky hair. It could be a spiky blonde unrelated to Bakugo whatsoever. Yeah, pretty much. It could be. It could be Animamus. It 100% could be. And we see that's the problem with manga fandoms, is that they want everything to be related because that would be cool, but it's not. And we see that consistently happening across many different series. Man, it's funny because you look at someone like Roger's Base, right? And Roger's Base has that one popular One Piece video that is essentially it's just fan fiction, right? It was the question of like how is like the whole issue of Sanji's family kind of thing. That video is like one of his most popular ones, and it's just peddling dreams that will never come true. Anti-curse was cracked. It was cracked. Yes, great, we got it. Oh no. It's okay, we over-leveled, guys. We're over-leveled. Nah. Let's see, do we need to be healed? I think we do. I think we do need to be healed. I think I will send him over here. Io, so one thing that I like about Io's build right now is that Io can attack from a distance, which is just nice. Because she can attack without getting hurt. And then she has, one of her demons is a multi-hitter, which I really appreciate. Oh, oops, reflection. Oh, that's what that means. Shit, monkeys. Okay, cool. Well, I know now. Let's see. Oh, no, it's fine. I thought I was going to be in trouble, but it's not. Okay. So she's serious. She's really serious, guys. She's super serious. I'm super serial, too. Is there anything we can do? Okay. So I think best thing I can do is move here. And I'm going to use Ghost Wounds. My particular thinking is I just want to slow it down. I don't want it to kill me. So we'll just wait there. This is why I'm not into Osakan chicks. Oh, come on. She's great. She's great. Come on. Wait, how old is she? My answer will depend on the age. Nah, she's probably old enough. She's great. Blackfall said, glad I'm not the only one who notices the similarities with Katekyo Hitman Reborn and the Vestiges. Yeah, no man. Like, there's so many shonens made in history that eventually Hero Academia is going to have to step on another shonen's path, right? It's going to happen. It's just funny how it ends up being kind of similar to... It's just funny how it ends up being kind of similar to Katekyo of all things. Like, if you told me that Katekyo and Hero Academia were going to be the ones that were going to share similar... Actually, you know what? That would not have been that weird, because Suna was also a very... Suna is very similar to Izuku at the beginning. Except Suna's funnier. And Izuku develops into having more agency. Like Suna only has agency when he's got his power up going, or like you know at the beginning. It gets better as the time goes by. But like at the end of the day, Suna's being like roped into something he doesn't want to do, whereas Izuku's jumping in wholeheartedly. So they did differentiate after the initial bit, but Izuku and Suna were both classical anti-heroes at the beginning. And remember, when I say anti-hero, I don't mean the edgy kind. I mean like, compared to Greek myth hero, the classical anti-hero is the anti to the classical courageous hero that All Might represents. Not like the New Age Punisher type class anti-hero. Just need to put that correction in there because I realized that definitions of words are changing as time goes on. What do you think about Shiggy stealing Overhaul's quirk when he goes to Tartarus so he can rebuild Japan in his image once he's done? Or do you think he prefers it dusty? Nah, man, Nick. The moment that Shizaki got into the jail, I always thought it was gonna be All for One stealing the quirk, because All for One's gonna be like, yo, guy, you're saying you can rebuild stuff by just touching it, and Shizaki's quirk is very user friendly from what we've seen, because he can revive Eddie and all that kind of shit, right? So if I'm All for One and I know that this man is inside of this jail cell, I am gonna go steal his quirk. That's just 100% what I would do. That's just that's what makes the most sense. Like 100%. It's his great granddad on his mom's side. I mean, it could be. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Not a serious statement, but it would be funny if the first quirk Glow Baby was all for all, as in giving people quirk was that baby's quirk. Oh, that'd be funny. Did you hear that Don't Toy With Me Miss Nagatoro is getting an anime adaptation? Oh. Okay. It's a real shame. It's already sad because the manga got popular. I've never heard of that one. Don't Toy With Me Miss Nagatoro. That sounds good. It says Miss in the title, so that already sounds like this is an older woman. Let's see where that takes us. I'm just doing a very quick read of the This doesn't look like an older woman. This looks like a child. When an okay, so the plot synopsis is when an introverted male student meets a girl called Nagatoro, his life is turned upside down. Running out of time. She first quietly observes his reaction to verbal abuse from some of the other high school girls that are not well-meaning, realizes that oddly enough in his case it may be exactly what he needs, and so begins a sequence of teasing him. It soon becomes increasingly obvious to the reader, not him, that her teasing is actually sardonic, well-intentioned, and flirtatious, but he eventually catches on. It's a 16-year-old girl, guys. It's a 16-year-old girl. And what's... yeah. I'm sure it's funny. It actually sounds pretty funny. It sounds pretty funny. The anime will attack more plebs. I mean, I think the idea of the baby giving off quirks, I mean, that'd be... Oh, you know what? If the baby was the first thing and it was the one giving off quirks, then Shizaki's plague theory would be correct, except that like the baby is the source of the virus, and only the source of the virus. That'd be interesting. Speaking of reincarnation, Yugi is the reincarnation of Atom, but their souls converse with each other. Reincarnation could just be one soul being reborn in new bodies. Okay, so, or like Avatar, same soul, but Korra and Aang can talk to their past incarnations despite being the same soul. So let me just see if anyone else is about to point out, or pointed out what I was about to point out. Thinking things will go just like Naruto. Wait. Skelly, it might end up like Takagi-san in popularity. Let's see. Boruto is going to start re-airing soon. English volumes were never finished. I like it when the main character get kids at the end and optional new series get made based off of the kids. I don't like anime, but I like the manga. Hinako is 19, by the way. Thank you, Black Fox. So anyone going to watch the anime that's going to be based off Inuyasha's daughter? I'm going to probably check it out. 6 volumes. Shiggy would want to help his master resupply on quirks, you're right. I didn't think that part of it. I mean, it really just depends. It's kind of like Takagi's on Trip. Okay, she's at Mole 15, high school age. Oh, see ya, Joshua. Since Senpai is second year and Senpai is third year. Baby equals rat, pretty much. Yo, baby was the patient zero of the virus. Okay, so going back to what Animamus said. Yugi is the reincarnation of Atom, but their souls converse with each other. Reincarnation should just be one soul going, being reborn in new bodies, right? Okay, so if we're talking about reincarnation, what we are separating is that the soul is the same, but what we're looking at specifically is the personality body. Like, where exactly does the personality go? So, like, what you're looking at there, they're not souls conversing each other. The way to think about this is that you have the personality within the soul, right? The soul is the overall container of that said personality. So, in this particular case, reincarnation systems have things like the Akashic Records. And so the Akashic Records, if you were to reach it through your meditation, the idea would be that the Akashic Record has the record of everything that your personal soul did, and it also has the record of everything like every other soul did. I don't know like any of like the actual lore of how like the hierarchy works within the Akashic Records, but the idea of conversing with a past personality through the medium of the soul, that is an idea. That is a legitimate idea. So when you're looking at this, what matters is not that you shouldn't be using the soul terminology, although you could get away with it because you're just using layman's terms. But what you're actually looking at, you're talking to the personalities that inhabited the soul. Your soul, most of the time, once you've gotten past 700 incarnations, your soul is going to be fairly unchanging. It's going to be accruing new lessons. But it's going to be a lot more consistent than the personalities that the soul is allowing. And the reason that the soul has varied personalities is because the personalities are what allow the soul to experience infinity. So one thing I like to think about when I'm thinking about religious theory, or not religious, reincarnation theory, is that the ultimate being that we move in which we have our being, so just like reality itself, that thing is infinite by the virtue of being infinite, whereas the people within it reach infinity by experiencing infinity. So in the perspective of the soul, you require the soul to wear different personalities to understand different perspectives and reach infinite awareness through that mechanism. So the systems that we see in Avatar, and to some degree Yu-Gi-Oh, but like Yu-Gi-Oh kind of bends it because it needs to like suit its narrative. But for Avatar for sure, because Avatar looks at that kind of theory, that's saying despite being the same soul, that being the same soul would not prevent you from talking with your past personalities, because the personality and the soul ultimately are very different. It is only through the soul that you can converse with your past personalities, which is why Aang needs to go into like that deeper form, right? He does need to like reach into that lower part of his soul and like quell like some aspects of the personality. Now, what is interesting is that when you look at the comics and you look at just what happens with Aang and Korra and like the other Avatar incarnations, you do see that often the Avatar incarnations do have a lot of differences. Like they do disagree, which makes perfect sense in the realm of personality. The soul being comparatively to the personality a god would be the type of mechanism that would allow the personalities to essentially disagree with each other and cause disharmony, because it's through that disharmony that some kind of understanding usually comes about. But yeah, if you were to look at Avatar Last Airbender, they'd be like pretty consistent with reincarnation theory. I would say the base personality would be the same, but depending on your situation of the people you were burned to, what culture, what biome, and the status of society, will develop it differently. The baby theory could work, especially since X-Men used that in the comics, and we all know... Oh, did they? For what I would like to see as far as... Yeah, don't really apply the Yu-Gi-Oh! Since Atom went to the afterlife. Yugi won their final duel. Yeah, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Just like, you know, it's honestly weird, right? We all agree Yu-Gi-Oh! Is weird. Like, what does it mean to like send Atom to his afterlife? If we're looking in the context of a soul, like what does it mean for Atom to have to go to the afterlife? Well, what it ultimately means is you can just assume that the afterlife to a personality is simply the Akashic records. Now, I did hear I did read one interpretation from a story that comes from Tibetan thought, where after you die, you go into like a higher level illusion. It's like like chakras are energy vortexes, right? You go into this higher level illusion, and it's characterized as a vortex. And in this illusion, you live the life that you earned. And from what this particular writer was interpreting, they were saying that illusion is just essentially the paradise you earned. It's a little break that your soul goes on before coming back to the real hard shit of the real world. So in this world, you would just have like a nicer time. You have a nicer go at things. And then you return. Now, why did I bring that up? Oh, right, for the Yugi thing. What could happen is, like, when it comes to the personality itself, like, we don't really know what happens to the personality when it dies. So it could just be stuck in, like, that vortex of an illusion, right? And the reason that the vortex mentality is important is because the vortex itself is a little bit of a controlled cycle, right? If you look at the controlled cycle, that vortex will keep spinning such that you will see the same patterns appearing within the vortex as it goes towards infinity. So if you were to, like, take the vortex symbology and apply it to the reincarnation theory for that particular mechanism of what happens for the soul's vacation, you could come to a point where you say that if a personality were to get stuck in that vortex, they might be living like a Groundhog Day loop of their paradise that they earned. But again, I think personally, from my understanding of that particular doctrine, that that's a little bit too merciful for the personality, when quite a lot of other people are quite willing to say that the personality dies for all its trouble. But again, at that point, you know, you're kind of like arguing various interpretations of the same thought from what I've seen. So it's interesting to think about. It's interesting to write about. But not really much we can do about it at this point. Again, Joe, just really cool to think about. In terms of Atom, we could just say he's stuck in that never-ending spiral, which really makes sense when you consider the other people that are there with him. They're just stuck in their in their best dreamland. To be fair, like, anime and manga, I don't think, like, they're really annoying to see reincarnation theory applied to the majority of the time, unless you get something like Kimetsu no Yaiba that plays it straight all the way throughout. But otherwise, like, the worst. So BK, and like, I want to go back to BK here, because he said the base personality would be the same, but depending on the situation of the people you were born to, what culture, what biome, and the status of society, it will develop differently. Yeah, pretty much, right? So the way that would be presented in the doctrine would just be predispositions. Like, you have certain predispositions. Now, you know, this might be a little bit too woo-woo for you guys, but one of those predispositions would come from the astrology at the moment of your birth, and like the logic for it is just like it affects your development to some particular degree. Like, it's a gentle nudge, right? The reason I'm being careful here too is just because, again, bringing up the astrology that's questionable. I don't know how many of you believe in astrology. Should probably, regardless of whether or not you believe in astrology, a good part of the reincarnation idea is to overcome your predispositions. So even if you did believe in your astrology, at some point you have to become the enlightened man instead of the man following the astrology, which is actually really ironic, because when you step into being the enlightened man, and when I say man, I mean this gender neutral. When you step into being the enlightened man, you get another set of astrology, the esoteric astrology that governs you at that point, which you then have to move away from the dispositions. So, you know, it's a constantly escalating situation, honestly. Oh, yo, Prower. Wait, Yu-Gi-Oh's the ultimate anime acid trip. Let's look at Yugi's hair. So Prower, any luck in pulls as of late? Okay, Prower, no. So Prower, you know that I like Selena, right? So my luckiest pulls came today, Prower. Where I think this is where the where's the it's right over there. Okay, so it's there. I'll just move here. 1 second, Prower. Okay, so what was I gonna say? Okay, so Prower. I want Selena, and today when I'm sniping for green, I was at 4.5% for getting that 5-star, 4.5% on my iteration here. I get the person that essentially killed Selena for me, Ephraim, Axe Ephraim. I get Axe Ephraim, and I'm just thinking, I do not want Selena's murderer. I want Selena, not the murderer. God damn it. And then I leave that pull and I go back in and I see another like rotation with 1 green orb, and I go and I press on the green orb and I get Myr. M-Y-R-H-H, that one? Myr? I get her, and then my annoyance skyrockets. One, I'm happy because I don't have her yet, so I did want her. I only had her Halloween ult, so I did want her. I've always wanted her. Now I want Amelia. She's the last one from that group that I want. But yeah, I get her, and I'm just thinking, no, I do not want the person that motivated the journey that led to Selena being killed. God damn it. I want freaking Selena, man. So for you guys to know, Fire Emblem Sacred Stones was my first Fire Emblem game. And with Selena in particular, she was a really cool character. And honestly, like, come on. I'm like almost a teen. I think Selena's pretty. So obviously I was gonna like her. And right before that, we were able to save one of Ephraim's generals. I forget his name, but he was the Great Knight in that game. So right before her level, we were able to save Ephraim's general. And I'm thinking, oh, cool, we got him. I hope we're going to get Selena. And then you go into Selena's chapter, and like Selena is all about regret. Like, she doesn't feel good about what she's doing. She feels like this is the wrong thing that she's doing, but she's fighting for her country because she really, really cares about her country. And I'm thinking, in my like 12-year-old mind, I assume I was 12, it might have been younger, it might have been older. It's Game Boy Advance, so maybe younger. I'm just thinking like, well, this is all the signs that this previous guy gave me that indicate that Selena might be alive. That we might be able to recruit Selena. And sure enough, she has conversations with Ephraim and the general we recruited. So, and I saw that because I saw the talk button pop up, and I'm just thinking, shit, man, I'm gonna be able to recruit her. So I go and I take these characters to talk to her, and then I find out, wait, why are they recruiting her? They're just talking to her about how she doesn't want to fight them, and it's like, what? So I spend the next bit of hours just restarting the game, going to Selena with all my different characters to see if one of them just talks to her. Because like Joshua talks to Natalia, like like Joshua's canon love interest. He can talk to her, and that was a pretty random thing. So I'm thinking like, can I save her? And I can't. And I'm just thinking, shit, this is the worst. So ever since then, I've just been in a situation where I wanted Selena on my team, and it never happened. Oh, thank you, Skelly, Natasha, thank you. Yeah, so I was just in a situation where I wanted Selena, and it never happened. It never happened. And funnily enough, like 2 years ago, I was making a joke with Kara that I should make a video where I make a shadow box with the sign that says, "In case of Selena, break it open," and inside is a Nintendo like $25 gift certificate, or just a Google Play card, to add money into my account for Selena. And I regret not having it because at some point I thought it would just never happen, but now here we are. Freaking summer Selena comes, and I'm struggling grabbing her murderer and the reason for her murder, but I cannot even get her freaking just regular form. It's the worst time ever, man. I'm not having a great time. Anyway, that's the only thing. I was really also bothered, Prower, because I got Ephraim and Myr back to back, because that just felt like why are you hurting me? Anyway, that's my rant. BK Latin said, the loop of paradise is basically hell though, being forced to relive a paradise over and over till you go insane. Now Latin, think about that very carefully. Think about what you just said very carefully, and think about, I hope you didn't leave. Think about how that might be applied to other religions, right? What happens if you don't notice? Now, if we're talking about that loop, Tartarus is a loop like that. Whatever system Tartarus comes from, you know, the example is a guy that has to push a boulder up a hill that never ends, the never-ending punishment. So when you look at that there, and when you remember that this particular dream that you get stuck in is the reward for the personality based on the life that it lived, what happens if a personality lived a terrible life? Well, it's pretty clear, ain't it? That is their hell, pretty much. That is the hell that you live. Like, there is a way to reconcile that particular interpretation with the promises of Christianity or the other Islamic and Christian, Judaic religions. There is a way to reconcile the thought in there. The biggest thing that we're getting from that particular line of thought is that there is a separation between the soul and the personality. And I truly do not know how exactly the personality conversation would occur if you were trying to like find out what your past lives were doing. But that little idea of the loop, that would not say anything against the particular idea of the vortex, because it depends on how many systems you're pulling together to justify that that's what it's intended to do. Like, if you have a paradise full of 72 virgins, right? I don't think you're going to go crazy in a paradise where you're granted 72 virgins for your wonderful life, right? And I'm just using that. I don't know the proper number. My friends will probably get mad at me for not knowing the proper number. But, you know, just for the example. Oh, John got legendary sell-off? Nice. This game, a man as a species, not as a gender. Kyle with green hair. Crazy hair and cards coming to life and physical. It sounds like an acid trip when your trading cards are attacking you and depleting your life. Everyone but Selena. Humans have spent a longer time in pre-Stone Age than from existence of farming to today. Aren't Jesus really messing with... Yeah. Freaking Selena, man. Like, just give me I just want a happy life. That's all I want. I just want Selena to be happy. I feel bad for her too, because like you go into the summer events and you just see her talking about how she has to go back to this life, and I'm just thinking, shit. This is depressing. Like, I hope her vacation never ends. You know, I would love it if they just give us a Selena that, I would love it if they give us a Selena that comes from a universe where nothing ever went wrong. Like Victorious Selena, or Kidnapped Selena, or Reformed Selena. Like, any Selena that survives the fight against the demon-possessed prince would be pretty swell. I think that would be cool. I think that'd be a cool move. With those 120 on the banner, I got Summer, Joshua, and Arrest Boone, Brave Ellawood. Yeah, I saw this, Brower. I don't even have a loot yet. It hurts. Oh, and she's the 4-star after this, hey? Greek mythology. Thank you, Vance. Thank you. I figured it was Greek, but I was kind of messed up there. Fire Emblem Blazing Sword, Lyn X Avatar. Lyn speak about Avatar a lot in diff for Fire Emblem. Yeah, that's a good one. I played Lyn's game significantly after I played Sacred Stones, so you know, I came back to her game with like, yeah, minimal interest. I should play it again one day, because I think I'd appreciate it more now that I'm older and I could read better than I did in the early days. I think my guys are good. Wait, this kid's probably like super hurt. He usually is. Oh wait, no, we can just attack from a distance. Let's get rid of this guy. So the Mokoi, what's he got for weaknesses? He got fire as a weakness. We can elect dance. And then, oh yeah, we got fire, so we can do that. Even if you don't realize, it would still consider it to be hell-like, because I would still want to make progress of some sort depending on what presents itself there in the afterlife. I mean, yeah, BK, like, I understand that. I totally understand that perspective. I understand that perspective. I think maybe you could find enough variety. The important thing, BK, is that oh, someone's gotta go. See you, Animamus. Oh, guys, remember, Animamus just said he see us tomorrow. Remember, guys, no stream tomorrow. Stream on Thursday. No tomorrow. I'll make sure to put up a message on the Discord server. But yeah, no, BK. So when you look at the encompassing religion that it comes from, you got to remember that a good portion of the thought revolves around acknowledging that humans forget. I mean, like, the whole reincarnation system is revolves around people forgetting and only having urges to, like, act on. So chances are, if you're stuck in that loop, chances are you won't remember it. Chances are you'll, like, keep going through that life and that memory ain't gonna come in there. But I really don't know what happens to the personality within that loop. Like, for my, if you had asked me before I had understood about that part of the loop, I would have just told you, like, it probably just means that the personality is the thing that actually legitimately dies and just gets recorded somewhere, like, you know, like a program that you talk to in the Akashic record kind of thing. But then the loop idea, like the dream idea, is interesting. I think what's important is, like, the soul also has to be in that dream sequence as well to take some lessons from it. But at the same time, it's like, for me, like, my confusion, because I haven't read enough about it at this point, is just like the exact process of the soul going into the dream and the soul coming out of the dream. Does the personality get left behind? Like, usually the personality is the thing that is getting shafted pretty hard in that line of thought. So I wouldn't, like, it's not a pretty situation at the end of the day. Reincarnation does not have some, like, there's some parts of reincarnation that are just kind of dark to think about, I think. There was only one person Zeus was afraid of. Nyx, Goddess of the Night. Nice. Not wanting to make someone mad doesn't mean fear. I mean, like, it's legitimate concern, right? Okay. Where is this phone? I thought it was over here, but I might have gotten it wrong. It might just be the portals themselves, right? Yes. Great. Okay, Daichi, do it. Great, so Daichi's doing that. So we got one of them down, so that's good. Not done yet, don't underestimate me. With Seliph getting his legendary ult, it leaves Darcia as the only Fire Emblem game with less than 2 reps among legendary and mythic heroes. I can see the Dragon of Possessed Julius as a mythic, but it being right after Seliph doesn't seem likely to me. But if I chose next mythic, it would be Medius from the Marth game, as he is one of the 2 main antagonists, still 9 heroes if you count. Oh, this is a new person? Oh, hello, A2I. Ah, A2I, you live your life, man. Yo, guys, when do you think the current arc of Hero Academia is gonna end, man? Like, if you watch the videos, you know, like, I'm kind of hoping for a 278 end, although it looks really unlikely now. But I am legitimately just... I'm curious what you guys think. I just hope it ends off with, like... I really hope that the current arc ends with all the villains, like, giving their standoff, saying, like, yo, we are the guys that you gotta deal with. I would love for Dobby to come out and be like, yo, I am the guy that you gotta beat. And then I hope someone in the background goes, you're already beating yourself, Dobby. You suck at life. That was just a little bit of extra just for the funnies. Oh, I love making fun of Dobby. It makes me happy. Yo, Blurry, whatevs, man. Blurry, like, I only care that you come and say hi, man. I'm living a pretty happy life otherwise. But yeah, Blurry, how are you doing, man? And reading One Piece, where are you at? Edelgard is the main villain of Three Houses, although there isn't a primary main villain in the game because different routes mean different viewpoints. At maximum 280. At minimum 280. At main. Okay, so random saying 300s and Sarge is saying minimum 280. Okay. 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 Like if I wasn't biased with wanting it to end around 278, you know, I'd feel like 290, like in the 290s to be 3 and 300s. If the author wanted to make it special, ending it at 300 or having 300 be like a big moment, that would make sense to me. But I don't think he'd stretch it artificially. He doesn't seem the type. Okay, so my demons are gonna die. Good thing we have healers. Ooh, Kikimora. Trip's, yeah, Trip comes in there for just to save it. Oh, but they got extra turns. Okay, she's still alive. Trip's taking a hit. That's dangerous. I gotta heal him. Oh, god damn it. Oh, thank god. Okay. Hustle. So we got evasion going up, right? Block. Oh, thank god. Okay, so we got our guys going here. So we gotta get Kikimora up, right? Because Kikimora has a special that lets her take half of her HP to heal everyone else. So 34, not a lot, but still better. And Prower, I don't really know, like, I'm not really good with, every time a Mythic Hero comes out, I'm just kind of, like, surprised, because I don't really remember the characters from the game. So I'm all good for whatever. Okay. That poison, it's gonna be a problem. We gotta get rid of these guys. We gotta finish them off. At least we'll take out one of them. Okay. Okay, so I got an extra turn. That's unfortunate. Okay, so Trip's running out again. Oh, we missed. That sucks. We're gonna run away. BK Latin says, so if reincarnation was real, would you want not going based on any beliefs? Would you want to be remember your past life as if as Okay. If reincarnation was real, would you want not going based on any beliefs? Would you want to remember your past lives as a distant dream awareness? Oh, that was yesterday awareness. Tell you what, BK, you know, there's a sensation that I get sometimes when I'm dreaming, when I remember the contents of a dream within a dream, and it feels so familiar. It feels so, you know, I feel so sure of myself because, you know, critical faculties aren't there in a dream. If I had that same sensation, I wouldn't have a legitimate problem with it. Like, when it comes to like a spiritual thought, you know, I would love like spiritual thought to be more real, because like anything that makes the world cooler, like any system that makes the world seem more magical than it is, I'd be quite happy with it. Because, you know, the idea of like just nothing after you die is depressing. You know, that's probably what it is, because of just how boring, well, just like how unmagical life is. Like, if you're looking for magic in life, you got to be the one to find it. It's not just gonna come to you. So I'm just thinking, that sense of surety that I could have in a dream, if I could have that sense of surety about a past life, that would be pretty cool. But the reality is, you know, at what point do you become schizophrenic, right? That's why it's dangerous. It's a dangerous thing. Like, if I remember my past lives, I'm not telling anyone about that shit. Because For all I know, I could be schizophrenic, and honestly, no one needs to know about if I think I remember my past lives or anything like that. But I wouldn't mind it. I don't think I would have an existential crisis, because at the end of the day, unless I got details that told me something about the past that only people who are well studied would know about it, I'd put credit towards it. But it wouldn't change the way I live my life anyway. Like, when I live my life, I'm already trying to minimize harm. So it wouldn't be too much of a shock for me. Blurry's in the Doflamingo arc, nice. Rhea Slither and Bandit King. 282. Fishman Island became your favorite arc. Okay. Time skip is... Oh, Nicholas is saying 282 for when it ends. Time skip is also good. Yeah. Love the new designs they gave the cast. Usopp's still the same in some areas, but overall love the improvement. When you finish the Dressrosa, I want to know what you think about Usopp after that. I feel they should go to America or something for the next arc. You know, Sarge, that feels like a proper, like, that feels like a proper want, but I don't know if that's realistic to want to happen, kind of thing, you know. It's just, like, Hero Academia is so Japan-centric that I just don't see them pulling off America. Like, what would be the point of going to America, I guess? But then again, like, all the ones... I guess the series set in the real world, they do like going international, so that wouldn't be so bad. It's just like, that feels like a dream, Sarge. That feels like a far-off dream that will never happen. And, like, I can't wait to see what American stereotypes... like Horikoshi has in his mind. I can't wait to see what he views America as. We already have a pretty good idea of what like the about the vision of what he has in terms of Captain Celebrity. Fire Emblem 3 Houses DLC fighting your mom. Chopper and Robin are my second favorite characters. Cool. Chopper's pretty cool when you think about it, man. I'm watching a show called Dark on Netflix. It's in German and it's all about travel and time. Oh, I saw that show pop up. Nicholas, is it good? Is it good? Let me know. I just have a feeling it'll be Anna Thanos. And that will suck. Let me Google that one real quick. Prior, because, like, again, it's just hard. Fire Emblem final villains are always tough. Anna Thanos. Fire Emblem. Googling it to know what Prower is talking about. Nathanos? Nathanos Blightcaller? Oh. No, that's not it. That's WoW. Let's see. Oh, whatever. I'll have to look for him later. Well, I don't know, but searching Athanos Fire Emblem got me like one of the first results being Kakegurui, and also we bring you to high quality Asian mature tube. And there's a lot of Path of Radiance tags underneath it. So I'm not really sure what that particular website is doing, but that's pretty funny. Thank you, Prower. Also, Usopp just became a god in people's eyes. Before I read the I put Usopp God as my name for Twitter. During Fisherman's Island, then I read he's called God. That's funny. Have you ever had a lucid dream within a lucid dream? I've had a dream within a dream. Maybe a sort of lucid dream within a lucid dream. There's a thing that happens when I try to go for lucid dreams, and I don't think I'm doing it right, but like, I know I'm dreaming, and then every time I go through a door, the dream becomes more solid, and I start losing more of my rational faculties, and then I go through another door, and then it's a full dream again. But yeah, I guess lucid dream within a lucid dream, I guess that does happen. I have to look at my dream journal to see like which ones I got. Nami and Robin look like worker girls from One Piece. Yeah, I guess they could go to America because All Might went abroad, so Deku will do what All Might did. I mean, like, it could work, right? America exists. It's just like, I just don't think... I don't think the scope of Hero Academia would reach that for, like, seriousness, right? Maybe in a movie, but I just don't see, like, Horikoshi taking the scope there. Like, usually when... Oh, it's tough. It's tough. I don't know, like, what does Prower think? What does Skelly think about that? What game for next stream? Oh yeah, I figured it was that one, Prower. I didn't finish Fates, that's why I'm not too sure about him. What game for next stream? The next stream on Thursday will be the Pokemon Isle of Armor. I just need to finish up getting the Kubfu evolution. Man, I love that Daichi is just like the guy that hits hard, man. He's my physical attacker and I love him. Pony would probably have more relevancy since she's American. Guys, I just want to say it here so you hear it here first. You know, I low-key, kind of low-key, ship Pony and Izuku. If it wasn't for Izuku clearly being put with Ochako, I would be Pony and Izuku. Because, like, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes down to it, Pony is the only woman that Izuku has taken the initiative with to ask to go to her bedroom, right? She's the only one that he's ever done that to, and I think that is worthy of discussion, and will most likely be a video that I upload within 3 weeks, because I found that so funny. Like, Izuku is really at his best when he has All Might on the mind, and I love it for it. One last question, considering personality, memories, and consciousness are electric signals in our brain, how would you feel about removing it from the body and placing it into a virtual world? How would I feel about removing the brain from the body and placing it in a virtual world? I'm a naturalist, BK Latin, so let's first acknowledge that bias. I'm of the position that I might... Like, if it comes down to it, and I'm living by myself, and I don't have a wife and family and kids and that kind of stuff, I might just say, like, I am not going to receive any kind of mechanical intervention in my system. And like that gets kind of dicey when you get to like pacemakers and all that kind of stuff. Like it depends. Like how hard do I want to live? But like when it comes to like superfluous things, like things you don't need, I don't particularly feel the need for cybernetic implants, like that kind of stuff. So now when we go into like the idea of removing the brain and placing it into a virtual world, but not as a copy of those things, but this actual same signals and currents. On principle, if I'm taking the principle of a naturalist, I am opposed to it. I'm opposed to how gross it is. But that would be a way to like be immortal forever. I don't know. I do want to live forever. And that's the next big problem there, right? Like ideally, I'd want to live forever through magical means. But let's face it, technology is the one that you would rather bet on when it comes to living forever. Like at least now, for the regular man, definitely technology is the way you want to go if you want to live forever. It feels very invasive, BK Latin. Feels very invasive, but yeah, feels very invasive. But I mean, I wouldn't mind other people doing it, right? It depends. I need to know where I am in my life. Maybe that'd be okay. I don't like the idea that someone controls that virtual world though. Like that'd be, I wouldn't want to lose that illusion of freedom. I don't know. That one takes a bit of thinking. Cool. Daichi did it. Very big brain. It tackles the whole thing about the image of the future that people... Very big brain. It tackles the whole thing about those images of future people that have shown up in history as the basis for most of the show. Trying not to spoil, but it's really cool. Oh, cool. Oh man, like, I'll have to check it out when I have time. I had sleep paralysis way too many times to ever attempt lucid dreaming again. I understand that, Sarge. When I was a teenager, I definitely had sleep paralysis occurring to me. It was definitely very, very scary. Especially because just things get weird when you're in sleep paralysis. But I think lucid dreaming is cool. I think it's fun to do. I would love to do it more. But I'm not good at lucid dreaming. My friend, one of my friends is. She's always been really good at lucid dreaming, but I ain't. I think we should get Io to break the phone. So we have that one over there that we still need to get to. But thankfully, Io can attack from a distance here. So he's down for the count almost. So I think Io can attack this thing. And then this. And then we take out this thing. Tried out Min Min yet, Trip? No, Prower. I have not turned on Smash yet. Hopefully... Oh, she's part of the second pass, right? I have to buy her, right? Yeah, I haven't done it yet. For me, I was in a lucid dream where I was a fantasy hero and I knew I was sleeping, and then I wake up sometimes, and then, man, that dream was good. I felt like I have been lucid dreaming for weeks. Yo, Blurry, live your life, man. That's cool. Lucid dreams are cool, man. I hope you keep having fun. Lucid dreams are always so interesting to have. Like, if there's something that makes you want to believe in magic, it's definitely lucid dreams. Random Trainer said, "Hey Trip, have you heard about the ReZero What If stories? There are stories created by the author and released on Subaru's birthday, April 1st. Each of them based on the 7 deadly sins." That's interesting. I think my friend Kara reads them. I haven't read them because I'm not that into the ReZero fan base. I usually just ask her for any information about what's going on in the story. But I know that there are what-if worlds in the ReZero cosmology somehow. Then I woke up after I woke up from the lucid dream. Ah, Prower, yes, excellent. You asked me about it. Thank you for asking, Prower. Wait, when did Izuku ask Pony to go to her room? It was in a novel! Ha ha ha! That is how I get you. That is the fine line. That is the text. No, so Pony is a pretty big All Might fan. And Pony has All Might merchandise that was only released in America. And Izuku knows this. And so a gimmick that Izuku has in the novels for school briefs is that he goes super hardcore beyond plus ultra All Might fanboy. So when it came down to Pony, Izuku was like, hey, in his really creepy way, hey, could I see your All Might merchandise, please? And Pony was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And it was just a cute moment. But yeah, it's in the novels. So probably, regular canonicity problems, but in terms of like little facts and trivia, it's a fun fact. I do know, going back to the ReZero, I do know that there is a what if line where Subaru lives a peaceful life with Rem. I do know that one. I do know that was a thing. Also, I'm gonna leave in like 10 to 15 minutes. Oh, immortality is a curse. I'd rather live a few hundred, but after that I'm good. I don't know, man, Blurry. I think that's the perspective of a guy that knows he's gonna die, right? I don't know. No. If immortality is a curse, I don't care. I don't care. I'd rather be immortal. Like, one of the biggest problems that humans have is that they forget stuff. People forget stuff, and then we're forced to repeat sometimes, multiple times until we get the lesson. People have a really bad... Look, the further you get from a point in history, the worse it's going to be, because everyone's going to forget what that point of history was like. And then you're going to have people who come in and start denying things. And then it's like, oh my god, just shut up. Don't deny it. Like, we have actual evidence. And then people are like, no. The people faked it. And then it's like, well, shit. I wasn't there, so I really can't tell you if it actually really happened for some events. But, god damn it, man. It's the worst situation to be in. Like, ignorance and bad memory, definitely the worst combo that we could ever see in humanity, man. Maybe cloning and transferring your consciousness into the clone. Try find that. If you're gonna watch Dark, I recommend watching it in German with the English subtitles. So I do hope that everyone caught the message that was in a volume. In terms of which novel you have to go read to find it, it is in School Briefs Volume 3 in the chapter having to do with Monoma visiting Class 1A at their dorms. So just check out that chapter if you wanted to read about like the exact events. Actually, I could I have it highlighted on my device that I do the research on. I could just look it up for you guys right now because it's probably highlighted, because I probably thought I could use it for video stuff. So let me just see my e-reader here. Just gonna read my little book here while the battle goes off in the background, just so I can quote this guy for you. I'm really happy that the Amazon Kindle app works on all tablets. It really makes things easier, and I do enjoy that I can just buy the novels online and you know what they're talking about. Oh, sorry, I can buy the novels, read it on my device, highlight it easily enough, and I can also support the license. Well, I'm sure Horikoshi's being like, he's licensing this out. I'm sure he's getting profit from it, so I hope that he's profiting from me buying the books. Let's see. Gonna have to see if I can find it. When will you Q&A? When am I question and answer? Question and answer about what? A2I? Gotta look for... Where is this? Volume 3 of School Brief still has a lot of cute moments. If you guys are starving for Hero Academia Slice of Life, I do recommend just reading School Briefs. Now, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say what websites it's on, but School Briefs has been pirated. So if you tried hard enough, you could definitely find it. But not gonna encourage going on the high seas because, well, actually, it's not like the author's gonna go broke if we go on the high seas. Oh, does anyone play Toho Project? Speaking of going on the high seas, does anyone play Toho Project? I was seeing a lunatic run for a Toho Project game the other day, and it was pretty intense. I kind of want to play it just to fail, and I'm pretty sure Prower would get a lot of value from seeing me fail. But that'd be cool. Oh, see Advance. That's pretty late, yeah. I gotta finish this fight up and then call it a night here too. Let me just go through here. Okay, let me start another fight here because we have to I have to do my best to multitask. Okay, so that should be 40. So she should heal 40 here. Devotion. Okay, so now Daichi can come here. Oh, he's the guy that can probably get closer. And he can heal this guy. Nice, we got the poison off. Thank God for Daichi. Oh, he's helping us. Nice. Thanks, guy. Oh, he's not a dick after all. Let's see. Oh, I might have to read some comments here too. I forget. Let me just go up to some spot. So there's only one portal left, I think. So we're pretty close to the end here, guys. Let's go through this stupid jar. Oh, nice. We got hustle procced. Hey, Prower. Do you do a lot of the like the legendary, like, you know, whenever we have these legendary hero banners or whatever they're called, mythic heroes, like, what is it called, Power? Like, I forget the proper term, but you know, like all those extra banners that pop up, like fighting super awesome Lin and fighting super awesome Azura and all that. What kind of teams do you use? Like, who are your main characters that you go for when you're doing the Infernal or the Abyssals? Like, I kind of just try to cheese it the majority of the time. I have 2 Surters, so I just kind of bring out the Surters and try to take them down with just Surter. A lot of times 2 Surters can solve the problem. A lot of time 1 Surter can solve the problem. Doesn't require too much thinking at a point. So BK Land had earlier said, I personally still stand by the idea of the Afterlife's extra dimensional life form being able to remove and keep out electric signals. They are conscious, are and moving it up in the dimensions. I mean, like, You do Human, BK Latin. That sounds cool. That's cool. I mean, I'm sure an extra dimensional life form is involved somehow. You could say the soul is extra dimensional. Yeah. I've also wanted the villain because I could do whatever I want because villains have the freedom to do well. The heroes are limited by morals. Also, being a hero means sharing your meter booze. Yeah. I'm almost done with the first season. I've been told the first is the weakest. Oh, okay. Interesting. I haven't played the Bible soundtrack. About to dip 2. Okay, so yeah, Blurry. Still Day in My Country. I wouldn't get anything from watching you fill in a game I know nothing about nor care about. Oh. Oh, Nicholas is gone? Cool. Put brain in robot body. Okay, Prower. Understood. Oh, right. You're right. Yeah, Abyssal. Yeah, Abyssal is just there. Good point, Prower. I forgot. Abyssal is just for the accessories. I think I've only done maybe one Abyssal or attempted one. Put brain in robot body like Robot Man for Doom Patrol. So you use your main team of Rebecca, Marth, Camila, and Azura. Unless it doesn't work, then I could try different units depending on this. I assume on the enemy formation. Oh, okay. Which Azura are you using, Prower? Yay! We beat him! Whoa! We did it!
We did it! We saved him!
We did it!
Saved me? What the hell are you on about?
Okay, let me before we continue this, let me just very quickly read you the passage for Pony. So, this is Momo asking, "How about your room, Tsunotori?" asked Momo. "My room looks like this," said Tsunotori with a hint of embarrassment in her voice. The picture on her phone showed a room with anime posters and figures covering every spare surface. "I love Japanese anime. Japanese culture is the best." "Oh, I see you're a fan of one of my faves. Cutie Ninja Shinobi," squealed Hagakure. "Do you like that one too?" said Tsunotori. "When I was little, I used to pretend I was a shinobi all the time. Sneaky, stealthy shinobi, go!" This is Hagakure talking. She struck a dynamic pose and made Hagakure's invisible... Uh-oh. Sorry. Well, whatever. She struck a dynamic pose and made Hagakure's invisible eyes sparkle with joy. It's kind of hard to tell who's speaking when the indentations aren't there for the e-reader. That's probably one of the issues with e-readers. It's hard to tell with the indentations. Anyway, sneaking into your heart, said Hagakure, picking up the cue. "Cutie Ninja Shinobi is on the scene. Ninja, ninja," said the two giggling girls in unison, finishing off the tagline. Beside them, Izuku couldn't take his eyes off the photo. "What is the matter?" "Wait, what on earth is the matter, Midoriya? Why are you staring so intently?" asked Ida. "You'll hurt your eyes that way," asked Todoroki. Too distracted to respond to his concerned friends, Midoriya swiveled his gaze up to Tsunotori's face. "That, there, in the picture, is that really the limited edition All Might figure never released in Japan?" "Oh, yes it is." "I love All Might too," replied Tsunotori. "Too awesome! I knew they were selling them overseas, but I could never get my hands on one. Oh, could I stop by at some point to take a few pictures?" There is a the is there. Tsunotori says, "Of course you can." "Ah, thanks a million," said Midoriya, practically with tears in his eyes, ever the fanboy. It's a funny sequence. It's a really funny sequence. It doesn't matter how it happens. That's Izuku just wanting to go into that girl's room to take a picture of something in that girl's room. Like, if you stripped out the context and you just said that Izuku was going into Tsunotori's room to take pictures and Mineta heard that, Mineta would be cursing Izuku. He'd be cursing him all the way to Sunday. Oh, you use regular Azura. Okay. Cool. Deku Fanboy Mode 100. Yeah, man. Fanboy Deku was pretty on point for that Tsunotori interaction. But for Volume 4, it got worse. Like, he got, like, he went to a whole other level.
Keita? Are you hurt at all?
What's actually funny is that in Volume 4, Izuku went fanboy for Aizawa. That was a really interesting situation.
You two? Are you messing with me?
Yes.
Whoa there, down, Keita. We're not messing with you. Look at this.
This video, I was supposed to die?
Yes. That's right. I'm not hearing a thank you. Oh man, that'd be me. Like, if I knew that this game didn't penalize like what you said to these people. Yeah.
Huh. So that's what Nicaea does. Huh. So maybe you did save me. I guess it's worth a thank.
It seems Keita believes his own death video.
Damn
Good.
right we did. You'd better be grateful, Keita.
Who the hell are you? You never answered my question. What's your deal? Where'd you come from?
Oh, right. I want to join Gyps. Can you take me to the Osaka headquarters?
Not on your life. You and Gyps? Forget it. There's no way you'd survive a day.
You know, like, really, anime girls are some like the bravest people in the world. Like, these women do not fear a gentle gust of wind. Like, I don't know. If I was wearing what she was wearing, I'd fear a gentle gust of wind.
Maybe I'm not remembering right, but I'm pretty sure I just saved you, like, 10 seconds
Man,
ago.
that reminds me of this one time I felt really bad for this girl that was walking ahead of me. We were walking on a bridge, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but sometimes bridges get some really wicked wind tunnel effects, and I think I've told this story before. But that poor girl's skirt went all the way up, and it's like, shit, man. That sucks. I hope that no one else saw that. I hope that she never needs to know that she had to suffer that embarrassment. Oh, freaking gentle gust of wind, man.
Damn it. Fine. Suit yourself. The headquarters is in Shins.
Awesome! Hey, wait up!
And there they go. But hey, we managed to save Keita. I can't believe it.
It was well worth the effort. Good job,
Haha, definitely. Hey, should we go after those two? They're pretty far ahead.
Keita joins the party. You leave the area following Keita. Keita Wakui. Stage 1. Fire penalty is strong. Okay, cool. Woo, we did it! Alright, guys. We're going to call it there. That's pretty much the end of today's stream. We will be back on Thursday. It'll be a fun one. Nice, and I got around the alarm. So it'll be a fun one. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to see what you guys are like just saying here the last little bit. Keita talking crap when he almost died. Pretty much, hey, Prower. But yeah, man, guys. Thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed today's chats. Yes, rest well, like Prower says. I hope you all enjoyed today's chats. I hope that there was something of value here. It felt really good today. I think we talked a lot about anime, which was really good. I think we had a lot of nice discussion about Thingamabob. About Hero Academia and shit. But okay. Let's see. When you have... let me just see the final round here. Oh, damn. My computer is messing up. Okay, cool. So, saying the goodnights to Prower, John, Skelly, Prower, Sarge, Random. We had Blurry here earlier. We had Nick. We had Noah. We had A2I. We had Vance. We had BK Latin. BK Latin. Always appreciated when you show up because you talk about philosophy, which that's always fun. Miguel, thanks for being here. Will Lopez was here. Sarge was here. Yeah, everyone. Thank you so... Oh, Black Fox. Right, Black Fox. Thanks for being here, man. I hope you enjoyed it. But yeah, everyone. Oh, and Sarge. Remember, try the new stuff. Just try to see if... And if you get claimed this week, just fight it because you will be able to win it. But yeah, everyone, thank you for watching. Ending the stream in 5, 4, 3. And let's just say goodnight, Skelly. Oh, goodnight, Skelly.